tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior, inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead of say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Oh, shit, let's get the show on the road, shall we? Lot of nothing happened yesterday. Oh, wait, actually, no. They did release a new Steam console that looked pretty decent. How's it going, Nigel? Where's that Steam console? Oh! And there's also a new, hold on. Bro, where the hell's that Steam console at? Here it is. This is the new Steam console. Check this thing out.
Steam Deck is our powerful, portable, handheld gaming PC that lets you take your Steam library with you anywhere.
This is the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is already a thing. This isn't what the commercial's about. This blew so many people away yesterday.
We're pretty proud of it. People who own Steam Decks have been playing everywhere, and we couldn't be happier with the response we've heard from all of you. We're excited to talk about the future of Steam Deck, but not today, because this isn't a video about the future of Steam Deck. This is a video about the future of Steam hardware. Today, we're announcing 3 new members of the Steam hardware lineup.
Let's
all
go!
Powerful PC gaming. All are optimized for gaming with Steam, and all are shipping in early 2026. Let's start with this one.
Bro, look at it.
This is the new Steam controller. The new Steam controller puts all of your Steam games at your fingertips, so you can play wherever and however you want. Just like with Steam Deck, we want you to be able to play any game with your Steam controller, even games never built with a controller in mind. It has all the great features from Steam Deck, like trackpads, gyro, and back buttons, all in a comfortable form.
Oh, I didn't even realize it had back buttons.
Next generation magnetic thumbsticks let you play with improved responsiveness and longevity. We've put capacitive touch sensors on the thumbsticks and now on the back of the controller too, so you can enable precision gyro aiming with the touch of your thumb or your pinky if you're feeling fancy. Play for way too long with a rechargeable lithium-ion battery that allows for over 35 hours of playtime. With Steam Controller,
35 hours of playtime. You know, I haven't heard of a controller battery being that big in almost 7 years, since like the PlayStation 3 era. Bro, these PlayStation 5 and 4 controllers are dog shit. Their battery only lasts for like 5 hours and then...
we want to make charging and wireless pairing something that's actually easy. That's why we created the Puck. The Puck is a combination wireless adapter and magnetic charger included with every Steam controller. Snap it on to charge. Once you're charged up, snap it off again. You can play over Bluetooth or a wired connection too. The new Steam controller works with any device running Steam or Steam Link, whether it's a PC, Mac, handheld, smartphone, Steam Deck, or the new Steam Machine. Oh, this is the new Steam Machine.
Here we go, here we go!
Steam Machine is a powerful gaming PC in a small but mighty package, designed for your games on the big screen. It's quiet too, which is
Look at how
crazy
tiny it
because
is!
It's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck.
Damn!
Powered by a discrete, semi-custom AMD GPU, enabling 4K gaming at 60 frames per second with FSR. Steam Machine runs SteamOS made for a bigger screen, built for gaming in your living room, your office, or wherever you play, with the rest of your PC accessories. Steam Machine borrows some great features from Steam Deck.
I love the look of the new Steam Machine, by the way. It looks so good. It looks so good, bro. I love how it looks.
Fast sleep and wake, an SD card slot to easily expand your storage, and bring some new tricks of its own, like a customizable LED strip, which can show different system functionalities, or your own light show. Steam Machine is a PC, so run whatever software you want, and it works with all your favorite desktop and...
Let that sink in. It's a fucking microcomputer. It's a pre-built microcomputer. So you could run whatever you want on it.
Gaming accessories. Steam Machine is designed to work hand in hand with the Steam controller, with the low latency, wireless connectivity of the Steam controller puck built right in. And it's great for streaming your games to your phone, tablet, laptop, Steam Deck, or Steam Frame.
So you could turn that thing on, connect it to the internet, and stream to all of those devices. Any of those devices you can use. You could have the Steam thing on, and then you could be in your bed using your phone to play a game.
Oh, yep. This is Steam Frame. Steam Frame is Valve's next generation VR hardware. Stream all your Steam games, VR and non-VR alike, in this comfortable, lightweight, wireless VR headset. Steam Frame uses camera-based tracking, so getting into your games is as easy as slipping on the headset and waking it up. Steam Frame controllers, included with the headset, are designed with all the inputs you need for your VR titles, like motion controls and
I don't know if they have
capacitive tracking for all
a
your
price
fingers,
yet.
as well as a split gamepad layout to work with your whole Steam library. They even feature the same magnetic thumbsticks as Steam controller for responsiveness and longevity. Steam Frame also pairs seamlessly with the new Steam controller, a great companion for playing
It will be
non-VR
$800 to
games.
$1,000.
Make sure
They're not
streaming
sure
is
yet.
Smooth and stable no matter what. Steam Frame includes a wireless adapter that lets you stream your
But I think all of this stuff is included. I don't think any of this is sold separate.
games from your PC to your headset over a fast and dedicated Wi-Fi 6 connection. And the game is streamed to your frame optimized for VR, using new technology that
Will the
allows for
VR
the highest
headset come with
resolution
the Steam
streaming
machine?
exactly where your eyes are looking. And Steam Frame is a PC, running SteamOS. In addition to
Never
Steam,
mind.
you can install and play a bunch of VR and non-VR games right in the headset without a host PC. You can also expand your onboard storage
Wait
to
a minute,
fit
wait a minute,
right
wait a
in the
minute, wait a
headset
minute.
without a host PC.
You can download games into the fucking thing? You can download games into the headset without needing a PC. That's
Play
crazy.
a bunch of VR and non-VR games right in the headset without a host PC.
That's
You can also
crazy.
expand
What?
your onboard storage to fit even more games with a micro SD card. Steam controller, Steam machine, and Steam frame. All built with the same DNA as Steam Deck. All powered by Steam, work together, and can be used however you'd like with whatever peripherals and accessories you choose. Everything you see here is the
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you, Nigel. I think that machine will probably be worth it regardless because it's PC. It's a PC. So, like, what is the one thing that you never see a computer doing? Upgrading every 10 years. Every 10 years, there's a new console. But this thing will completely eliminate that. Think about it that way. Think of the longevity you would get out of this console. You could get 10 years out of a PlayStation 5 until the new one releases and they make exclusives for it. Or you can get a Steam machine and whenever it comes to Xbox or PC, you can play on it for the next 20 or 30 years. Think about that. Think of the longevity of it.
culmination of what we've learned from our previous hardware experience and what we've wanted ourselves as gamers.
I own Steam. Oh, who owns Steam? I think Valve Corporation does. And Valve is run by Neckbeard, so it should be good. Steam is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I love Steam. Like, Steam Steam gives the players what they want without bombarding them with ads. And I really appreciate that as a software launcher.
Powerful PC gaming in an open ecosystem, giving you more ways to enjoy the games you love and discover new ones. Steam Controller, Steam Machine, and Steam Frame are all shipping in early 2026. Learn more at steampowered.com/hardware.
I love that the front panel comes off and that it's customizable. I really appreciate that. I thought that was pretty cool. That's right, more competition. Bro, if they added a main campaign to Sparking Zero, I'll lose my shit. Oh, it's coming to Steam! No, it's Switch.
This will be when the true battle begins.
Oh, damn, okay.
Finish this quickly. You're done! Die!
Well done.
Let's go! This! Forward!
Go time.
And I refuse to take the death of my best friend sitting down. Goku, no! I'm not going to hell alone.
I need you to throw me, say it!
You got... No! Special beam cannon! Transformed? So let's go. Today I will prove who's the strongest Saiyan warrior of all.
The ring must have created a tear in space-time.
So you are Goku's master.
Let's show it. Right.
Oh, the GT, they added GT. I might actually watch GT just for the hell of it. Once we finish Daima, I might actually watch GT. That's crazy. Apparently you can summon Super Shinra in the Ultimate Edition. I think it's more of a fighter game, but I think it does have a main campaign, doesn't it? Does Dragon Ball Sparking Zero have a main campaign? That's crazy. So check this out. So Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has a main campaign mode called Episode Battle, which is a series of character-based campaigns that let you experience key moments from the Dragon Ball saga. It is not a single linear story, but an anthology of 8 different story modes, each following a different character like Goku, Vegeta, or Frieza. That's crazy. Okay. This is already out, by the way. You can go get this, like, right now. I'm curious. This has you written all over it, Nigel. This is the, this is supposed to be the knockoff, right? Oh, wait, no, this is Horizon. No, this is not Horizon. This is that knockoff one, I think. Bro, that's what I was saying about Odyssey. You can't sleep on Odyssey. You haven't even seen the best of it yet. Wait till you finish the main campaign. You actually get to meet the gods. You get to meet, like, Zeus and Hades. Dude, the DLCs for the game will have you shitting your pants. Like, it's just like a normal, like, Greek thing, the main game. And then you start actually getting into fighting Medusa. You get into fighting, like, all kinds of mythic creatures. Like, It blew my mind whenever I beat the main game, and then I started, like, kind of exploring and doing little things, and then I ran into Medusa, and I was like, what the fuck? And then you gotta get, like, some key parts, and I just Googled that shit. I put the key parts together, and then I went to the depths of Hades, and I went to Mount Olympus, and I was like, dude, this is fucking nuts. And you actually fight Hades, and, dude, it's crazy. I didn't even think the game had all that. Because, like, the base game makes you just think that you're immortal, and then, like, then you finish it up, and then you're just like, holy shit! Yeah, no, and then each one of the individual DLCs, dude, they're fucking massive! They're so big, and there's so much story to it. There is absolutely more than meets the eye to that game. Absolutely. Like, the entire base game, you get, like, some guys that are dressed as Minotaur, and you're just like, oh, that's adorable. They can't put the actual legends in here, but that's okay. And then they fucking do. And you're just like, what? How? Yo, like, talk about a mind fuckery whenever I beat that. I was like, damn, that's so cool. No, this is Horizon. This is Horizon Zero Dawn, isn't it? Because it even has that thing. No, this is Horizon. What is this, a new multiplayer game? Maybe not? Some of these look so similar. I'm not sure if this is a knockoff game or if it's like the actual Horizon game. There's too many monsters that look similar. Nope, that's Horizon. Steel Frontier. It's an MMORPG. Are you fucking kidding me? Garbage!
안녕하세요. NC소프트의 김택진입니다. 여러분께 NC의 새로운 프로젝트 Horizon Steel Frontiers를
Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Do you think they put enough makeup on your face? Jesus. Holy shit. You can't even hide that, bro. I could see the layers.
마침내 선보일 수 있게 되어 기쁘다 생각합니다. 2017년 호라이즌 제로 던을 만났을 때 매력적이고 생동감 넘치는 그 세계에 저는 바로 빠져들었습니다. 거대한 기계 생명체와의 전투에 흥분을 감출 수 없었고 미스테리한 내러티브는 저의 호기심을 자극하며 그 세계 끝까지 가게 만들었습니다. 하지만 동시에 이 재미 가득한 세계를 홀로 모험해야 한다는 점은 아쉽게 느껴졌습니다. 이런 세계에서 다른 사람을 만나 함께 협력하며 거대한 기계 생명체와 전투를
Bro,
한다면
what is it with Sony trying to turn these fucking single player experiences into fucking RPGs? MMORPGs. Why? Bro, stick to what you know. Stick to a single player experience.
그 얼마나 재미있을까? 그런 상상을 하며 기계 생명체라면 판타지 몬스터보다 훨씬 새롭고 더 재밌을 거란 확신이 있었습니다. 이 매력적인 세계관을 바탕으로 MMO를 만들고 싶었던 거죠. 마침내 그 꿈을 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스로 이루게 되어 오늘 여러분께 처음 소개해드리게 되었습니다. 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스는 NC에게 새로운 도전이자 앞으로 펼쳐질 새로운 여정의 출발점입니다. NC 그리고 게릴라
Whoever did this poor man's makeup, they need to get fucking fired. They need to get fired. They fucked his face up, son. They do not need a job at that studio anymore. They fucked this man's face up so bad. I feel so bad for this person. He's so fucking shiny because of how many layers of makeup they put on this poor man's face.
게임스가 협력하여 만들어낸 새로운 호라이즌을 기대해 주시기 바랍니다.
Think maybe it's AI or a filter? Could be.
Hi, I'm Jan Bart van Beek. I'm the studio director at Guerrilla. And I also lead our art and animation teams. And I was the one who originally came up with the concept of the Horizon franchise. Now, Horizon is incredibly special to me and to everyone at Guerrilla. This world we've poured our hearts and souls into is a place.
Then why would you let Sony force you guys into making it an MMORPG? If that's the truth, why would you let Sony force you to do this? You can sit here and lie all you want. We all know you're being forced to do this.
Where humanity, nature, and technology are constantly colliding. It's become a vibrant and living world, full of stories, tribal cultures, and of course those incredible animal-like machines.
Do they have swords and weapons like that in the base Horizon Zero Dawn? Could you get a weapon and treat it like Dark Souls? I didn't think you could you? I thought Aloy used her bow all the time.
From the very beginning of creating this franchise, we've imagined the Horizon universe as one that
Yeah, I didn't think so.
in many different ways.
Yeah, they probably had to add the had to add weapons to give it a reason to drop rarity style loot. Jesus Christ, why was that so hard to say?
Frontiers is a full-fledged MMORPG that NCSoft has built specifically for mobile.
Dude, it's not even for console. It's not even for console, Nigel. It's not even for fucking it's not even for console! It's for fucking mobile!
Full-fledged MMORPG that NCSoft has built specifically for mobile.
Oh, fuck you! Who plays games on their phones? Who? Especially an MMORPG! Bro, come on! Fuck!
Now with Steel Frontiers, you can step into this world anywhere, anytime. Players take on the role of machine hunters, chasing opportunity in a region.
That's not even how it's gonna look. It's gonna look like dog shit! It's gonna look terrible! Why would you put this on fucking... Bro, it's not bad enough. It's not bad enough that it's not even a fucking console game. It's for mobile. It's not bad enough that it's an MMORPG. It's for fucking mobile. What are we doing? What are you doing, Sony? What the fuck?
This is inspired by...
What are we doing, man?
You're sharing the frontier with thousands of other players. Sometimes working together to take down machines.
Oh my god!
Competing with rival foes. Or fighting over resources.
Oh, fuck, man!
And competition.
If you already have a franchise built up, what the fuck makes you think, dude, like, mobile, dude, come on, guys.
Creates moments that you can never skip.
Fuck.
Now, at the heart of Horizon's story is the search for the balance between humanity, nature, and technology.
Oh, man.
And sometimes that's harmony, sometimes that's conflict. But it always creates a world filled with mystery and beauty. What we want players to feel is the world's resilience and its hope. And that even when everything seems overwhelming, humanity can adapt, it can survive, and find
Dude, what is this Monster Hunter style shit?
And
What is this, you fucking copycat Sony motherfuckers?
Humanity can adapt, it can
That's the same thing that the cats do in Monster Hunter.
Finds meaning in the world. We've already had groups of guerrillas playing Horizon Steel Frontiers together in the office, and it's really amazing. Whenever I get a chance to jump in on an early gameplay test, what really stands out is Steel Frontiers' distinct tone and atmosphere. It has a unique identity of its own, and that's been brought to life by NCSoft.
What really sucks about this being an MMORPG, you won't be able to play through the entire game single player. There will be bosses that are too hard to play single player. Whoops.
Perfectly with the Horizon universe, and that balance between the essence of Horizon and something fresh that really excites me about this project.
안녕하세요. 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스의 총괄 프로듀서 이성구입니다. 이 프로젝트를 세상에 처음 선보이게 되어 조금 긴장되기도 하지만 동시에 굉장히 설레네요. 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스의 핵심 컨셉은 한마디로 압도적인 사이즈의 기계를 공략하는 즐거움입니다. 거대한 기계를 공략하는 재미는 원작 호라이즌 시리즈가 가진 가장 큰 매력이었잖아요. 저희는 이 경험을 MMORPG의 영역으로 확장시키고 있습니다. 가장 중점을 두고 있는 부분은 MMORPG에 맞는 새로운 전투 경험을 설계하는 것입니다.
I don't even know. Maybe it's turn-based?
거대 기계
No, because that's not turn-based movement. I don't know, bro. I really don't know.
더하고 있습니다. 예를 들어 기계 몬스터의 특정 부위를 파괴한 뒤 풀캐스트를 활용해 순식간에 접근하여 올라타 파괴한 부위에 함정을 설치하고 상태 이상
I don't know what the hell Sony's thinking. I really don't.
전투
And you know what really sucks about this? Is that when this fails, which it will, they're going to be blaming the studio and laying off people from the studio, even though it's not what they've made their entire fucking franchise around. Their entire franchise has been single-player games, bro. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Seriously.
마운트에 싣고 들고 다니다가 다른 전투에 활용하는 방식도 가능합니다. 거대 기계 공략의 중심에는 협력과 전략 두 가지 키워드가 핵심 가치로 자리 잡고 있습니다. 거대 기계 공략 과정에서 유저들은 각자의 역할을 수행하고 전략적으로 행동해야 하며 유기적으로 협력해야 합니다. 이러한 전투 방식과 설정들은 대규모 전투에서 훨씬 더 빛을 발하게 됩니다. MMORPG만이 줄 수 있는 스케일과 다이나믹함이죠. 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스에서는 모든 유저분들이 주인공입니다. 저희는 여러분들이 각자의 개성을 마음껏 표현할 수 있도록 커스터마이징에 많은 공을 들이고 있습니다. 아주 세밀한 부분까지 직접 조절할 수 있도록 말이죠. 먼저 캐릭터 생성 과정에 호라이즌 원작의 부족 컨셉을 녹여냈습니다. 노라, 테낙스, 우타르, 오세람 등 다양한 부족 중 선호하는 부족을 선택해 캐릭터를 생성할 수 있죠. 저희는 유저분들이 원하는
Oh, that explained the reason why the people are so shiny.
최대한 구현할 수 있도록 높은 자유도의 커스터마이징을 제공할 계획입니다. 얼굴, 체형, 헤어, 메이크업 등 기본적인 요소를 시작으로 세부적인 부분까지 마음껏 조절할 수 있습니다. 이렇게 만들어진 외형은 다른 유저들과 공유할 수도 있습니다. 단순히 캐릭터를 만드는 것에서 끝나는 게 아니라 자신만의 개성을 뽐내고 서로의 창작물에서
So wait a minute. Isn't this like a post-apocalyptic game? Why the fuck would you have makeup? Huh? What the fuck?
영감을 얻어 캐릭터를 다시 꾸밀 수도 있죠.
Is it like every day a fight for survival? Like what happened?
사냥꾼의 모습으로 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스를 탐험해 보시기 바랍니다. 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스의 세상 속에서 자신만의 캐릭터를 구성하고 동료들과 함께 거대한 기계를 공략하고 데드랜드의 기계 사냥꾼으로 살아가는 이야기. 여러분이 하루빨리 이 모험의 주인공이 되는 모습을 보고 싶습니다. 저희도 그날을 위해 최선을 다하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Man, I feel bad for the studio. You could clip this. I guarantee you within the next year after they release this game, they're going to be doing layoffs. I guarantee you. And it's coming out to mobile as well, like, bro. Okay, so we covered this a little bit on Monday and Tuesday. IGN finally did a review on Arc Raiders. This is geared up to be one of the Game of the Years. Arc Raiders. I'm not a big fan of it because it's an MMORPG. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's an extraction shooter. It's an extraction looter shooter. So we'll see if it makes Game of the Year. But we got a review from IGN. To give you an idea of how popular this game is, 2 weekends ago, it's hit peak concurrent players at 300,000. This past weekend, it has peaked that peak concurrent player count at another 100,000, making a total of 400,000 concurrent players to date. It has only gone up the past 2 weekends since its launch. I look forward to watching it continue to go up.
Of a truly stellar multiplayer game is when you and your friends are having as much fun in your 50th hour as you were in your first. Test Arc Raiders dances with flying colors. This is without question the most hooked I found myself on an extraction shooter, with clean, intense gunplay, an incredibly satisfying progression system, and a loot game that has me sweating over what to put in my backpack and what to leave behind. Even with a few bugs to gunk up the gears, just about every journey topside to scavenge from the wastes and battle devious robotic overlords has been a complete blast, especially when accompanied by friends. After years of promising but uneven attempts, Arc Raiders feels like the first to fully realize this genre's potential, and has set a new standard for it in the process.
It can be single. You can play it single player, though. Now, I will say one thing. If you play the single player, from what I understand and what I've heard from word of mouth, it has the most friendly multiplayer experience you can expect from a looter shooter game. In Tarkov, they usually shoot on sight. in this game, if they notice that you're alone by yourself, they typically don't tend to shoot you immediately if you come across a group of people. But you can play it solo. I've heard that the online experience for this is probably the most friendly in the current multiplayer space when it comes to meeting people solo.
Arc Raiders follows the usual extraction shooter formula of dropping you into a hostile zone to take down NPC enemies, scramble for loot, and then get back out alive. All while looking over your shoulder for rival crews who would love nothing more than to crack you open like a meat piñata and take everything you've collected. It doesn't do much to iterate or expand on those fundamentals, but it does absolutely nail them, and that's harder to do than it might sound. Even some of my favorites like Hunt Showdown and Escape from Tarkov have always felt like rough drafts of what these daring, high-risk, high-reward multiplayer games could be. So it's long over.
A lot of people don't like Tarkov right now because there's a lot of cheaters in there and the developers aren't doing anything to get them out.
Due for us to get a highly competent and very polished version like Arc Raiders. One of the main ways it succeeds is in its stressful gunplay.
No, it's not like Fortnite. It's more like Tarkov. So you drop into a zone and there's other people that are trying to loot the NPCs and then you can kill them and take their stuff as well. And in order to exfile, you have to get to a certain location. But keep in mind that if you stay too long, all the locations that you could use to exfile, they close off and you get stuck there and you die. So like there's like a time limit. It's like a And you don't have to kill other teams. You can go in, kill NPCs, take their stuff, and leave without ever seeing a player. No, it's not a battle royale, not at all. You don't have to kill every last player.
Have a few rounds in each magazine. They take a good deal of time to reload, and the robot NPCs are either much faster than you or can rain down missiles. This means I'm usually feeling like a rodent sneaking around to scavenge food and supplies from the world before slinking back to base. But when a fight does break out, it's charged.
Yep, that's right. I think I played that and you were around whenever I played that. That's exactly what it's like. Only the players can shoot you.
Delightful anxiety, thanks to the knowledge that you're about to either lose everything you fought for or grab some awesome gear off the corpses of those you've bested. That's true against both AI-controlled opponents and human players. But I've been genuinely shocked by how nice much of the community has been.
Yeah.
Especially when playing solo, where other solo players are prioritized in your matches, I found it downright commonplace to encounter friendly folks who are more interested in working together than fighting, which has been a really nice change of pace from the normally sweaty matches. Granted, I've also run into plenty of people who say they're friendly, only to shoot me in the back of the head and then shout a racial slur at my corpse, but hey, it's still better than that being the norm. And if I do find myself interested in some good old PvP, the non-solo queues tend to be a lot more aggressive, which gives a chance for these high-stakes bouts to shine. Dodge rolling to avoid incoming gunfire and ducking behind cover to heal up before returning fire on an enemy squad is some of the most
like being able to roll, that's like revolutionary.
At an extraction shooter, especially when you've got an arsenal of interesting gadgets, grenades, and leveled up guns you've bled for over the course of numerous matches. For example, I did a number on my opponents with my Torrent light machine gun, and coming locked and loaded with a handful of Wolfpack grenades that send homing missiles everywhere to take down drones before they become a threat made me feel unstoppable. It might not have the mechanical crispness of something like Remnant 2, but it's leagues above what we've seen in a live service extraction shooter before. Of course, if you're battling online foes, there are moments where you'll come up short and lose it all to a rival player. That stings, but it just wouldn't be as fun without that risk. The beauty of Arc Raiders, and what makes it far more approachable than most other extraction shooters, is how effortless its easy come, easy go loot feels. One way it accomplishes this is by providing pretty substantial free loadouts to use when you're down on your luck, which are just powerful enough to get you back on your feet after a successful run or two. Plus, it gives you lots of ways to regain better equipment, like crafting and upgrading your own using spare parts you've collected, or by just buying some hardware from a vendor using cold hard cash. Even when you're getting shipped back home to your base in pieces, it's hard to feel like you've been set back for very long, since a single good
Yeah,
run
the
can
terrain
reverse
in the
your
game is
fortune.
definitely unique. I do like that it looks like they actually tried with the maps in this game.
And that's definitely worth the occasional gut punch when you're taken for all you're worth. There are still some instances where losing your hard-fought loot just sucks though, like how you'll occasionally get matched against an organized crew of 3 while playing solo. There were also times where I fell victim to unfortunate bugs that resulted me in losing some of my most cherished items. Once my character became stuck in the environment until enemies picked me off, and even after being revived by teammates, I was unable to dislodge myself. And I ultimately lost that torrent machine gun I loved so much when I phased through the environment while climbing a ladder, falling to my death. Thankfully,
That
these occurrences
sucks.
were extremely rare, and one really impressive part of Arc Raiders is just how well it runs otherwise, maintaining a rock-solid 60 FPS on Xbox Series X, and pushing well beyond that on my high-end PC. But
You
while
do
I
get a
can count
shield.
on one hand the amount of times I found myself pissed off at the injustice of a bug across the 50 hours I've played, when the stakes are as high as they are, even a tiny amount of this kind of stuff can be downright infuriating. The main reason its hyper-competitive dynamic manages to never sting for long is its incredibly well-designed progression system, which brilliantly makes every match an opportunity for forward momentum, even when you've just lost all your best loot. Arc Raiders accomplishes this by giving you a whole bunch of treadmills to run on at the same time. There's a
I
quest
think
system that
they'll probably give it a perfect 10. If I'm being honest, I think they'll give it a perfect 10. Like, this is one of the runner-ups for Game of the Year for sure.
unlocks bits of story and introduces you to various mechanics by giving you a checklist of stunts to pull off, character XP you gain just by playing matches that grant skill points to dump into skill trees, crafting stations that can be upgraded with the right materials, weekly trials that grant all sorts of powerful rewards upon completion, and the Expedition Project that lets you prestige and reset your character in exchange for vanity rewards. Things like the skills you unlock aren't always particularly interesting, but there are just so many different ways to make satisfying progress, which goes a long way toward making Arc Raiders more approachable than its peers.
I've been thinking, maybe they didn't make it. Maybe they burned out in the void.
It's good the mechanical progression is consistently engaging, because the story told through its quests doesn't impress, not that it's really what you're here for in the first place. World building actually has a lot of promise, as I'm genuinely curious.
I also think they're going to give it a 10 because right now another game journalist is under fire because they rated Concord higher than they did Arc Raiders, and Arc Raiders is completely demolished Concord times 20.
About the post-apocalyptic surface world that's been ravaged by environmental disasters and the mysterious motives of the robots that now control it.
Something's changed. We've seen a lot more probes beaming across the skies.
But there's almost nothing to flesh it out beyond a few dialogue snippets while chatting with vendors, and some small drips of lore about the mechanical minions you're fighting. I hope they'll dig into this stuff more in the future because it's a neat foundation in theory, but it's pretty clear developer Embark Studios didn't care much about the story at all. That's perhaps best exemplified by the fact that many of the voices are done by AI, which is extremely apparent in their flat and unremarkable delivery.
And that's why, right there.
Well, if it's an arms race they want,
That's why
they can get one.
That's why they rated it lower than Concord.
Place that world building
Stupid-ass
does
reason.
get to shine though, a little bit, is across the 4 maps that are currently available, all of which are very cool and have distinct vibes to them, from the ruined husk of a waterlogged dam to a city buried in red sand. It's a good thing that they're so great to look at, too.
I didn't know that. I
because
didn't know there
you'll
were 4
spend a whole
maps.
lot of time trekking back and forth through them in search of loot. With only a handful of areas to explore, it wasn't terribly long before I felt like I'd seen the vast majority of the zones. But there's also tons of hidden nooks and crannies and secret areas that can only be accessed with the proper know-how or rare keycard drop, which did a great job at keeping me interested in retracing my steps. Another thing that makes exploring each zone really rewarding is learning how to best the various NPC opponents you find along the way. What starts out as tiny drones that can be fairly easily brought down quickly turn into swarms of dangerous hovering robots and their more intimidating siblings that can only be destroyed with the aid of some serious firepower. Some of the interactions between these robotic foes are pretty impressive, like how hovering little surveillance cameras called snitches will mark you for execution for all their friends, who then fly in to attack you, or worse yet, rain in ballistic missiles from a distance that turn the area around you into a blast zone. The way the enemy is able to work together to overwhelm you with superior numbers and instantaneous coordination makes getting caught out in the open an incredibly scary situation that I lost many a loot haul to. There's also a nice
bro,
mix
that
of
sucks.
basic roly-poly enemies that shoot fire or explode, but die when they're so much as sneezed at, and massive, scary-looking robots like the marauding queen enemy that can only be dealt with by a fully loaded group of raiders. That said, these automatons aren't the most critical of thinkers and often lose track of you the second you duck behind a tree or turn a corner. They also seem to have trouble navigating some of the environments, and you can sometimes see them look like they're confused, wandering off or getting stuck on the corner of a building before giving up the chase. Another nitpick I have with fighting the NPC enemies is just how long it takes before you stand a chance against any of them aside from the weakest drones. I probably played for over 20 hours before I felt properly geared to take down one of the spider-like leapers or deadly rocketeers. I would have liked for a faster climb towards being able to confront some of these baddies, because for a stretch there...
Why would they do that? You do realize that they designed the game to keep you as long as they can playing. Why would they do that?
Never be able to. And tiptoeing
that's
around...
one of the reasons why I'll never touch a game like this, is because it doesn't feel like your time is valuable to them. They want to keep you playing the game, so they're going to stretch out as much of it as they can.
Can get old after a while.
I'm thinking of 10. Nige, you said 8.
Raises the bar for extraction shooters pretty much across the board, with an incredibly gripping progression grind, tense fights against NPCs and other players that make for memorable matches, and loot that feels completely worth all the work and stress it takes to obtain it. The fact that it manages to also run well and look amazing all the while is just downright impressive, even if a few bugs here and there lead to the rare rage quit. For years, I'd been wondering when someone would take the awesome promise of this genre to the next level.
Oh! Alright, I'll take a middle. It's a loss for both of us, but we'll take it.
For more recent shooters, check out our reviews of Battlefield Red Set.
Oh, dude, they did Painkiller? Wait a minute.
For everything else,
when did they do Painkiller?
Every now and then, some suit at a publisher looks at a beloved series they own, realizes they could make it into a live service co-op game, and says out loud,
This reminds me of Doom. Look at these graphics, they're phenomenal. I actually think the graphics of this look a little bit better than Doom.
This has never worked for anyone else,
but it might work for us.
It never does. The result is a game for no one, a whole lot of nothing driven by market forces and the deluded belief that somehow, some way, this time the idea is just better than all the previous times it's been tried. This time they, chosen by God, will be immune from whatever effects have frustrated lesser mortals. The latest game in this Doom genre is Painkiller, a reboot of People Can Fly's 2004 cult classic, and the result is the same as it ever was. It's fitting that it takes place in Purgatory. When it is consigned to the graveyard of history, its headstone will read, "Here lies Painkiller, neither good enough to get into heaven nor bad enough to be damned to the inferno. You'll wish you'd just played
Bro, that's fucking harsh. Jesus.
The original and called it a day."
It's already talking shit about the game.
The new Painkiller is one of those co-op games, you know the ones. A brief tutorial front-loads the meager plot, shows you the ropes, and unlocks your base of operations. Once established, you pick from one of 4 visually distinct, but aside from one passive ability, virtually identical characters, all of whom come with pre-packaged quips that mostly sound like they were...
Why the fuck did this game even play? Why did this guy even play the game? It doesn't seem like he enjoyed it at all.
By dollar store Joss Whedon.
He talking mad shit
After
about this
selecting your
game.
weapons and loadout, you choose one of several missions where you go to a place and kill a lot of bad guys, then return to your base with the spoils, upgrade your stuff, and do it all again. You have seen all of this before, and I'm already bored describing it. The story here is basically non-existent. You are one of 4 souls stuck in purgatory, Ink, Void, Rock, and Soul, approached by the disembodied voice of the angel Metatron to stop the demon Azazel, another faceless voice, from doing something bad. Go on mission, go home, spend spoils, repeat. To Painkiller's infinite credit, there is no paid currency or battle pass here, just a season pass with skins and the like, but the loop never varies. That really doesn't sound like Painkiller, you might say, if you played the original. And you're right, because it isn't like Painkiller at all. If you squint, you can see the inspirations. There are tarot cards, though you win a selection of them by spending gold in the tarot lottery because everything is gambling now, and equip them before missions for bonuses like plus 50 health and 30% more damage. Once the mission is over, your tarot cards are used up, and you either have to spend more gold in the lottery or ancient souls, which you earn during missions, to restore
you can tell this guy is just done with these developers' bullshit. You can just tell it in his voice. He is just done with this copy pasta fucking slop. He's like, another fucking multiplayer game. God damn!
As you previously used. You can also use these currencies to buy and upgrade weapons, and you generally won't have enough to do both early on. Speaking of, much of the original game's iconic arsenal has been resurrected here, like the stake gun, the electro driver, complete with their amusing alt-fires. However, the titular Painkiller, which you always have, is now doing its best impression of Doom Eternal's chainsaw, there to get you more ammo when the guns run out. Sometimes levels will lock you into large, usually circular or rectangular spaces, and make you kill a lot of enemies. The similarities end there. This is not a Painkiller game. It is Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, wearing a Painkiller's skin suit and hoping nobody cares enough to notice. Painkiller looks good, but its problems really come down to mission design. Environments feel samey even when they look different, and each of the 3 acts, which are 3 levels apiece, finds a single gameplay idea and never lets go of it. Your progress will be stopped by something, and the only way through will be doing that act's mechanic. In the first, that means filling barrels with blood by killing enemies near them, and then slotting those into the proper place. In the second, you'll need to find and use soul containers to power things. In the third, you'll have to stand on ritual markers to activate dream catchers. Occasionally, Painkiller will mix it up a bit. I actually liked the spots where my team had to use the soul containers to power a large cart we had to escort, but moments like that are rare. Mostly you do the same things over and over again, moving through the environments, collecting gold, finding hidden chests, picking up consumables, and then getting locked into a combat arena. Even the combat isn't as satisfying as it should be. Most enemies are cohorts, harmless by themselves, but potentially dangerous in large numbers, and they always come in large numbers. There are also larger, more dangerous demons you can stagger by pouring on alt-fires, and the end-of-act Nephilim, who serve as bosses. None of these are all that engaging aside from the Nephilim, and while there are several kinds of cohorts and a handful of demons, none of them are visually striking or batshit insane as the original Rogues Gallery. There are no psycho nuns or hell bikers or evil samurai or freaks. No, this is Purgatory by way of a heavy metal album cover generated by AI. If you're going to do Painkiller, it could at least...
Bro, they gotta rate this shit low.
Perhaps most infuriatingly, Painkiller isn't out and out bad. The movement is fast, precise, and a hell of a time, full of dashes, double jumps, and grapples. All 6 of the guns, whether it's the electro driver, rocket launcher, hand cannon, stake gun, shotgun, or SMG, feel great, and I liked messing around with the various alt-fires. A shotgun that freezes enemies so I can shatter them? Neat. A stake gun that doubles as a grenade launcher? Love it. Turning the rocket launcher into a minigun that shoots freezing rockets? Sign me up. And getting a new upgrade on a weapons branching pass feels meaningful and changes how you play. Yeah, a lot of it is we have Doom Eternal at home, but if you're gonna steal, you might as well steal from the best. I even came to enjoy the characters, particularly Soul, a haughty, eternally youthful priestess, and Void, a straight man with a self-described fishbowl for a head and no memory of his past.
I have a fishbowl for a head.
Yes, but it looks lovely on you, darling.
Even Ink's sarcasm and self-loathing and Rock's tragic backstory aren't poorly written, really. The bad stuff is reserved for in-combat dialogue. And the issue is, you rarely get to hear them finish telling each other their stories. You run into some enemies, and the background heavy metal, which is good, will kick in, or another character will spout some inane combat dialogue, and the story dialogue you were hearing will just stop dead and never resume.
That's funny.
Den of demons.
Don't stop shooting!
Yeah, you can read it in the codex at your home base, but it's not voiced, and the voice cast does admirable work with what they have. Bummer. The boss fights against the Nephilim are pretty good too. They're not groundbreaking, but they're engaging to play, and they look cool, whether it's a massive blood rat, a big statue hiding a secret, or a literal dragon. These are the best parts of the roughly 4 or so hours it takes to play straight through Painkiller's raid mode campaign, and a nice change of pace from the "we're not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with us" standard encounters. Painkiller is designed as a 3-player co-op game, but if you're short of friends or nobody's around online, the bots are pretty good and respond well to player commands.
Right here!
Copy that.
Ordering them to stand on a switch to open a secret area is less intuitive than one of your co-op partners seeing the switch and just doing it, but it works, and I didn't mind playing with bots when no one else was on. Disappointment still manages to creep in though. I figured Painkiller's blink and you'll miss it plot was setting us up for a showdown with Azazel when we finished all 9 levels, but nope. You just get access to his empty tomb where his voice gives you a chance to work for him. Your character naturally declines and he pivots to this comically blunt offer instead.
So why don't you bump up the difficulty? Give yourself a challenge!
Sure, Azazel, why not? I'm already having so much fun.
Yeah, right.
There is also a roguelike mode to try out. Unlike the raid levels, there's a lot more variety, and you can take your rewards back with you. You might navigate a platforming segment between fights that hurts you for as long as you're in it, or have to bring soul canisters up to the top of a ziggurat. Even the "we're gonna lock you into a combat arena until either everything else is dead or all of you are" bits are more fun here just because you haven't seen these environments before, and the randomized nature of your weapons, alt-fires, and tarot cards feels more natural. It's like this is what the Painkiller reboot was supposed to be before someone decided it should have a campaign, too. Unfortunately, during my first roguelike run, my game crashed. Talk about
wow. Here we go. I'm gonna say it's gonna be like a 3.
Painkiller is a frustrating game. The designs for the raid levels and enemies are largely disappointing, the story is nearly non-existent and ends on a low note, and the great value Whedonisms the characters deploy in combat often had my eyes nearly rolling out of their sockets, but I can't dismiss it outright either. The movement and weapons are a lot of fun.
They go give it a 7. They gotta give it a 7.
And the roguelike mode feels like it's what Painkiller wants to be. Like its characters, this game is stuck in between. Unworthy of heaven, not bad enough for hell. I can't imagine who this is for, because it's not for Painkiller fans, and even as a co-op game, it's held back by obvious limitations. It's a game about nothing for no one, a mediocre resurrection of a classic trying to put a new cover on an old book and hoping it still has some relevance 21 years later.
5!
Yeah, Purgatory sounds about right. For more, check out our reviews of Full Metal Schoolgirl or the or everything else.
That's rough. So apparently, I saw that you posted this yesterday. The CNN has a thing for it as well. This is the one you posted for CNN.
Venezuela.
Apparently, we're having some problems with Venezuela now. What's going on here? We'll watch this one for Venezuela first, because this one came out yesterday, right? Yeah.
Is ordering massive mobilization of its military as the United States its own firepower to the region.
We deeply love peace. We don't want war here nor in any other place around the world. But if they dare to touch Venezuela, they're going to find us in every street.
The announcement came after America's largest warship arrived in U.S. Southern Command area of operations. That area includes most of Latin America. We've got CNN senior national security reporter Zach Cohen in Washington for us. Zach, good to see you. What more do we know about Venezuela's mobilization of not only its troops, but equipment as well as ammunition? And then also, how significant is it that the USS Gerald R. Ford is now in Southern Command's region?
Yeah, Venezuelan officials making clear that this mobilization...
I don't know what the fuck we're doing over there. Why are we over there?
was ordered directly by President Nicolas Maduro, and it comes as a response to...
I hate to break it to you, Mr. Nicolas Maduro, but if Trump wants you dead, or any president wants you dead, you're probably going to be dead. Why the hell are we over there? That's what I want to know. Why is there a destroyer that... I mean, not a destroyer, a fucking... why is that ship there? Why are we there? That's what I want to know. Why the fuck are we there?
In the region, which of course has been used to conduct these strikes against alleged drug boats, but increasing tensions with Venezuela in the process. Venezuelan officials calling the U.S. buildup a, quote, imperialist threat, and saying that they plan to conduct land, air...
I hate to break it to you, buddy. I'm going to say this. I'm going to be completely honest to you. If the United States of America wanted you dead, you'd be a fucking crater. There would be nothing left of you or your city. America doesn't want anything to do with you. I promise you it doesn't. Because if it did, well, you'd be dead already. What I don't understand is why the fuck we have that ship there. That's what I want to know. Okay, if it's for the drug boats, cool, I get it. But is that where the drugs are coming from? That's what I want to know. Where are they coming from? How are we going to stop them? Are we going to go to war with Venezuela? It's odd that Trump sends this big-ass ship over there, but we don't know why. No one knows why it's there.
And naval exercises to really, as a show of force, to essentially ward off a potential U.S. invasion of sorts. Now, the aircraft carrier USS Gerald Ford...
Wouldn't be no U.S. invasion. They tactically strike these people from orbit. It wouldn't be no invasion. The U.S. wouldn't invade Venezuela. We do the same thing that we did to Israel. Wouldn't be no invasion. Wouldn't need to.
It is the U.S.'s largest aircraft carrier. It is the most advanced aircraft carrier in the U.S. fleet. At the same time, it brings significant air assets as well. It has 9 air squadrons, anti-surface capabilities, and it will join what is already a very large U.S. military presence in the region, including guided missile destroyers that are all ballistic capable, raising questions about what this firepower is needed. The Trump administration insists that the Gerald Ford...
What do you think? You really think Trump's gonna waste American lives fighting Venezuela? Fuck no. It'd be kind of stupid to do that. Send in the most advanced warship in the world. If we have to actually do anything to Venezuela, if you show force, enough lethal force as a deterrent, like what we did when we nuked Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and all you saw was the shadows left behind of a vaporized human being, I guarantee you anybody who has quarrels with the U.S. will think twice. I promise you. Do I agree with it? No. But if you're going to go to war, then fucking go to war. Stop pussyfooting around. We have the most advanced technology in the world for war. And we have yet to use it. And yet we are getting places cut off from us just for trying to protect our own citizens. As far as I'm concerned, if we have to go to war, I want to see people get obliterated. I don't want to see ground troops. We're past that. That warfare, that livelihood of warfare is over. I want rockets to take the place of the standard soldier. We have no reason to sit there and do a ground invasion when we can pinpoint accurately take out somebody without harming anybody else.
The rest of the military assets there are intended to conduct the counter-narcotics mission, the targeting of alleged drug boats. But at the same time, I'm told U.S. officials were unable to tell Congress why they need so much firepower to target small boats. So this uncertainty is still increasing and contributing to the ongoing tensions with Venezuela.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, a lot of people looking on and wondering whether this means some kind of confrontation down the line. But we know that the undercurrents of a lot of what we've been seeing...
I mean, if the boats that are being blown up in the ocean are coming from Venezuela and the drugs are coming from Venezuela, then we're going to have a problem with fucking Venezuela. Straight up. I absolutely agree with that. If the boats keep coming from Venezuela, then we should just fucking tactically nuke those fuckers from orbit and call it a day. That's exactly what I think. Anytime those drug boats make landfall in U.S. soil, they kill 50, 60,000 people. And it's not just the drugs that kill them, it's the fact that they're laced with fentanyl, which is poison. The way it's released into the general population is a form of poison, because if you get cocaine and it's laced with fentanyl and it kills you, well, you were just poisoned. I hate to break it to you. Now, doing drugs in general is bad, sure. But if you get a drug and it's laced with something else that's way more dangerous and deadly and you don't know it, you've effectively been poisoned. And that's why they're taking out these boats.
Is that Caracas does believe that Washington is seeking regime change, something we've even heard from President Trump in sort of nuanced terms. But what are your sources telling you?
Yeah, we reported back in September and since then that there are some within the Trump administration who are pushing a strategy to effectively conduct strikes inside Venezuela with the idea of pushing Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela, out of power. That is still something some U.S. officials hope can be accomplished as part of this military buildup. At the same time, we also know that the Trump administration told Congress just a few days ago that it doesn't currently have the legal justification to target anything inside Venezuela or any other territory, even though they are potentially seeking an additional legal justification that would allow them to do so. So really some uncertainty, some ambiguity there, as you mentioned. Donald
Does make you wonder what's going
on this since the beginning, both speaking in very verbose terms, in terms of threatening Nicolas Maduro, but at the same time, not going all the way to commit to U.S. forces conducting some sort of a regime change strategy operation targeting him. So we're gonna have to wait and see what ultimately happens. But again, there's really a lot of questions as to what all this U.S. firepower, a significant piece of the U.S. Navy, what it is doing there and why it's needed, which is again is stoking the questions about.
That's why it's needed. Trump's gonna get the thing that he wants, which is gonna be to make that fucker change hands to somebody else who's gonna be more competent. And if he doesn't do it, then they're gonna bomb that place until it happens. That's what's gonna happen. Do we even need to question that? That's what's gonna happen.
In American waters, President Trump has dispatched the USS Gerald Ford aircraft carrier strike group on what's being called a counterterrorism mission. That has prompted a strong reaction from Venezuela. Here's our chief national security correspondent, Jennifer Griffin.
As the U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean continues, Venezuela's defense minister ordered the country's 200,000 soldiers to prepare for war.
If they come to touch Venezuela, there you will see a people determined to defend this homeland to the death.
Colombia has halted the...
You know, you can say that until people start seeing shadows of their comrades vaporized onto the fucking ground. That's exactly what the Chinese said. It only took 2.
The intelligence it will share with the U.S. This comes a day after Fox News confirmed reports that the U.K. began limiting some of the intelligence it shares with the U.S. in the Caribbean. Both countries have concerns U.S. military strikes against 19 boats, killing 75 people, contravene international law, and amount to extrajudicial killings of civilians.
Rip Bozo. And that's what happens whenever you try to transport drugs into the U.S. that kill American citizens. Stop doing it, and you'll see. It's that old saying, well, the pregnant lady that stole from the store got shot and killed. How could you shoot a pregnant lady? Well, how could she steal if she's pregnant? Like, okay. Like, she's trying to use this emotional manipulation to make you feel something for these fucking obvious fucking criminals. Like, get out of here.
We have very strong partnerships with the UK and other countries. Again, nothing has changed or happened that has impeded in any way.
Maybe stop sending the boats and people will stop dying, dumbass. You ever think of that?
Nor are we asking anyone to help us with what we're doing in any realm, and that includes military.
The USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's largest warship, is now in Latin America.
Look at that sexy piece of machinery, bro. Goddamn thing's a well-oiled machine.
After being ordered by the Pentagon to leave its deployment to the Middle East ahead of schedule. The aircraft carrier strike group, with nearly 4,000 sailors on board and dozens of warplanes, is being escorted by 3 guided missile destroyers. 24% of all U.S. Navy vessels are now...
You know that's bullshit. You know that's bullshit. You know there's at least 4 subs underneath that fucker too. You know there's got to be at least 4. Don't even with that. The least you can do is tell the truth.
Deployed to U.S. Southern Command. U.S. ground forces, meantime, have returned to Panama for the first time in over 2 decades for jungle warfare training, reviving the Cold War-era Green Hell program. The renewed focus on jungle combat coincides with President Trump's talk of potential land operations.
So are we going to war with Venezuela?
I don't know, is the honest truth.
Have you been briefed?
Yes. Based on that briefing, I think the administration does not want to go to war with Venezuela.
Colombia, which provides the U.S. with 85% of all actionable intelligence used by the Joint Interagency Task Force South to counter narcotics smuggling, according to the leading Democrat on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. John?
Well, I don't think the president wants to go to war anywhere. But if he's forced into it, I'm sure he would.
There you go. Oh, we got some Bigfoot! Bigfoot tracks a vanished hiker in Yosemite? I don't know what Yosemite is.
Day 3 of the Yosemite trip and my GPS.
Oh, Yosemite!
Like
Oh, dude, wow, I feel stupid. Hold on. Turn you up. Check out Bigfoot Vlog Time, Bigfoot Vlog Time. Always got some bangers.
Either that or something clocked them out.
Damn, bro.
If I get lost here, tell my followers to delete my browser history first. Someone drove
Yo, that's the most important.
But no way, Ox. That's the weird part. Okay, that's either trash or a crim scene, Nang, and I'm vlogging like a psychopath.
A crim scene? A crim scene. A crim scene?
Okay, that's either trash or a crim scene, Nang, and I'm vlogging like a psychopath. I could go back to the truck or earn an Oscar for Wet Idiot of the Year.
Right?
Government-funded Airbnb with free ghosts included. Someone left in a rush or vanished mid-sip. Cool, I'm sleeping here.
You might as well if the place is empty, right?
North it is. Because I have the brain of a Netflix extra. That's either rain or something counting how long I stay alive.
Whoa.
5 fingers. Not mine. Not good. Probably fine. If I die out here, put influencer of the afterlife on my tombstone.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Want a custom shout-out, birthday wish, or roast for me? Head to Cameo, link in the description, Jay. I'll make it legendary.
Check out Bigfoot Vlog Time.
Button and hit the bell for more.
Unless you're a bear with a walkie-talkie.
Either campers or cult retreat. Same amount of screaming either way.
I paid $20 for this rope. If it snaps, that's budget karma.
Budget karma! Oh, I love it.
Leave soup on the fire and never comes back. Unless they met something hungrier.
Oh, lost footage.
Okay, that's me in 5 minutes if I don't get answers. If anything walks by tonight and waves.
Nah, man, don't put that GoPro up there. That bitch is gonna overheat, man. Those damn things never work.
To Netflix. Humans don't move like that. Unless they owe taxes and hide from IRS. So someone's playing Predator versus Park Service. Awesome for views, terrible for my life.
Search for missing hiker was called off weeks ago.
What? You called it off? Then who's still out here leaving footprints?
Peace be a campfire. Please don't be a toddy that talks back.
Okay, we are officially out of fun YouTube territory.
Oh.
That's no creature, it's someone pretending to be one.
Who are you and why are you walking barefoot in a national park?
Oh great, eco-terrorist meets method actor. Huh? Fantastic collab.
I swear this was supposed to be a nature vlog, not running from Psychos 2025.
Gravity really said you're on your own, bro. Cool. Cool. Either I just started a cult meeting or walked into one.
Damn.
Sir, your location is safe. Just keep moving north.
Yeah, I bet you want me to.
2 flares. Either help none or another trap. 50-50 shot of death.
Wait, that's not me. That's something else.
Whoa!
I wanted proof-roo, not therapy bills.
Copy that. Dispatch, I've got eyes on something real, and it's not human.
They asked what I saw. I said ratings.
They didn't laugh.
Ending the Yosemite trip here. Nothing left to see, Tay, right?
I'm never coming back, Koa, unless the algorithm likes this.
Did you see that? Wait, is it still recording?
Oh!
Ceiling cracking. Tunnel rumbling like it will collapse. Ghost sabotage active.
Oh!
Estes Park, Stanley Hotel, Legend Factory.
Oh,
I'm Bigfoot,
Stanley
daily
Hotel.
vlogger. Haunted history, zero fear.
Damn, that was a good. That was a good one. At least they got him out. You know what I'm saying? They freed him. Hell yeah, W Bigfoot vlog time. I think this is going into. Yeah, it's going into the hotel one. All right, W Bigfoot vlog time. I'm gonna use the bathroom right quick. Oh. Okay, we back. Eh. Okay. Boom.
Imru states in her current live stream that Twitch will be donating $100,000 due to what happened to her at TwitchCon.
But I didn't really want to drag it out.
Yeah.
And I also wanted there to be some kind of like public resolution since it was a public issue. If you
Yeah, it's sad that it had to become a public issue because they didn't want to do their fucking job. They kind of did that to themselves, though.
take things to court, they tend to become private.
Like a lawsuit is extremely complex. They take a really long time to do. It's costly. Well, I mean, they would end up paying for it. I mean, there's no way she was going to lose.
I basically asked them for a list of things and they agreed to all of them. I think you guys like probably saw some of the tweets that they made.
Yeah. One of the tweets was literally double community noted, and it's now even funnier because they only tweeted this after Emiru threatened them with a lawsuit.
They mentioned it in one of the tweets, but one of the things that I asked for was like important to me, if they would do $100,000 donation to a violence protection charity, and they said yes.
It's a lot cheaper than a multi-million-dollar lawsuit for lying about the way that you did security and everything else. Feel like they're like, wow, we owe you $5 and we only have to give you a quarter? Okay, that sounds great. Let's do it.
Probably gonna do that in about a month, and they'll post about that.
I think it should be more. You know what? Violence protection.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's just a drop in the hat. She should have aimed for like $500,000. So that way it's not multi-millions, but they're still going to sweat it. You know what I'm saying?
Money to next year. The TwitchCon security. There is no way I would ever go to a TwitchCon again, right? I mean, like, I don't know why anybody would go to a TwitchCon again. When do we boycott Twitch? I mean, you are right now. You are watching a channel that probably costs Twitch millions of dollars every single year. Every single year I stream on this account, there are millions of dollars that get evaporated from Twitch because they have to pay for my web hosting.
Yep. Go watch Asmongold live, please. Support the boycott. Okay, so we got some more on Predator Badlands. I've been seeing it going around. I've heard, for the most part, other than the Critical Drinker gave it kind of a harsh rating, but we'll see.
The movie was good. And I'm surprised to be saying that, because I went into this movie a little Scrooge-esque, you know, a little bah humbugging, because from the first trailer, I thought, like, yeah, this could be entertaining, but, you know, the last big screen Predator film, Predator 2018, was unbelievably horrible. That was...
Which one was 2018? That wasn't Prey. What Predator was Predator 2018? Oh, it's that one was shit. I remember that one was shit. The one they made before that was better.
Complete dog shit, but I will always defend this. I think Predator 2018 is one of the more fun bad movies we've had in a long time. It is such a piece of trash in all of the right ways that it loops around to being entertaining. So bad, it's good. It is a film where
I just think that it was so bad that it was bad. I'm sorry. I can't say that. Because I expected another one like Predators, and instead I got Predator 2018, and it was just a massive disappointment. I wasn't as disappointed with Prey, but I also wasn't expecting much out of it either. So, like, for me, that was kind of like an even split. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was okay. And then Killer of Killers actually was really good. I really enjoyed that one. So, like I said, I'll treat this just like the Transformers movies. If they keep making movies, I'll keep watching them.
Predator species is harvesting the best DNA from all of the other species they hunt in order to make themselves stronger, so they splice it in to become, even stronger, to level up. And they choose humanity, and you're led to believe that they're choosing us because of our strong soldiers, but no, it turns out they're actually hunting our main character's son because he's autistic, and they want to harvest his autism to make themselves stronger. So they came to Earth to take our autism. Really entertainingly shit. But it is, at its core, a shit film. So Predator Badlands, I didn't have the highest hopes for, especially considering I didn't like the new design of our main character here, Deck. I also didn't love the idea of the Predator being the good guy. Like, how can you really spin that in a way where you give a fuck? But in the context of the film, his look really works because he is the runt of his clan. And he is, like, about to be called because he is weak. And they're insulting him, this and that. So him looking so different from all the other Predators does make sense in the context of the film. And it works, and you buy into it.
So from what I understand is that as they get older, they get, like, that 38 head as they get older. But I guess Dex is different. I don't know.
And I also really think that they do make you care about him. Like, having him be the main character and the good guy, I'll put in quotes, it works, and it doesn't feel like super cheesy or super stupid, which I was pleasantly surprised by because, again, conceptually, I don't love the idea of taking the Yautja and making him more human throughout a hunt. I just feel like we don't need to make every single character that you ever see in film have all these human traits. I think it's very cool if they're super different from humans across the board. So like the idea, I don't love, but they execute it really well to the point where I thought it was really well done, and I actually enjoyed it. And you know what you will enjoy is some canned goof juice, baby.
No.
Task. I'd say it's MCU humor, but it's just like little jokes and goofs here, which I do think is a little weird because I don't know. I feel like the Yautja probably wouldn't be so chummy while on this sacred hunt after everything that Deck had been through. I don't think he would be such an open book, ready to just start like joking and like, you know, nudging a friend here. It just feels a little odd. I don't even think it's like poorly done or anything, but I just think that's a little, you know, a little much. Another thing that I was pretty concerned with is that this is PG-13.
Why is it that, like, all these action movies, you know, they have to have this, like, comedic relief? Like, whatever happened to just having a bunch of badasses being badasses, like, from start to finish? There doesn't need to be any comedic relief. You don't need that in a film. Just get it out of here. It's garbo. You see what's going on is because every comedy movie that's ever been made is failing like crazy. They got to put it into the action movies, kind of like the DEI programs in fucking games. Get it out of here. We don't want it.
Which I didn't know until I got to the theater. And watching the
Wait, what?
13, a little much.
Oh, yeah.
Thing that I was
The new
pretty
Predator movie is PG-13.
concerned with is that this is PG-13, which I didn't know until I got to the theater. And watching the film, it doesn't feel like a PG-13 movie because there is so much gore, dismemberment, and death and destruction, but it's synths. So, I'm going to avoid spoilers for now. We'll get into spoilers in a moment. A lot of other synths are there doing research on this planet where Deck is on.
It
his
is.
hunt.
It's really old.
So he's killing a lot of like aliens and stuff, but it's not red blood. It's like Covenant blood from Halo. You know, you got all kinds of different colored blood, yellow and shit, and the synths, of course, aren't red blood. So even though the kills are really gruesome with like heads being collapsed, impaled, ripped off, like entire spines getting ripped off, there's never any blood. So it's able to get away with a PG-13 rating, I guess, which is cool. I mean, I'm still glad that it's so gruesome, but I will say it does make it feel a little weird because since they are synths, you're expecting them to be smart. But all the synths, aside from a couple, are actual fucking idiots. Which to me doesn't make a whole lot of sense because why are these robots so dumb? And like, they even show fear sometimes. Like just random grunts, and I don't think they were, you know, supposed to have that emotion there. Like, I understand there are some synths in the universe that do, but here, like, just random ones. Like, they're all really dumb. And I just don't think that computes here, because why would they all be so bad at, like, deducing the most basic things? Like, there's actually a scene here where they go undercover to try and, you know, stealthily break through enemy lines here, and the synth even stops one of them and actually falls victim to, like, a Jedi mind trick. Except I'm being very generous with that. It is literally, they're just telling a very comical lie to the synth's face, and he's believing it. And they eventually get the leg up on him because of it. So, like,
what the fuck?
Why are they synths when they are this stupid? The only reason is so they can get away with a PG-13 rating and still have a ton of blood and gore. It's just, when you stop and think about it, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense why all of them are so dumb. They're robots. And I know it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it is just a little weird. Unless these are like fucking first generation Roombas or something, just like throwaway dumb idiot bots that they brought to this planet for an extremely crucial mission. But yeah, if you were worried about this movie being like really watered down because of its rating, I don't think that's really a fear you need to have.
You know what I just realized about this? The android that he comes across, the Predator, Dex, it's a Weyland-Yutani android, so they might be trying to gear up for another Alien vs. Predator. Because Weyland-Yutani is in the Alien universe. I just realized that. The androids are an Alien universe thing, not a Predator universe.
Into it. I think they do a really good job with the action. In fact, I think the vast majority of this movie is action sequences. He's either hunting creatures on this planet, being hunted himself, or killing synths. So there is pretty much non-stop action happening, and I think it's all really, really cool.
That's I'm happy. I'm actually really happy to hear that.
Pull any punches, even though it is a PG-13 rated film. So I thought they crushed it in that department. Now, before wrapping it up, I want to briefly get into some spoilers to talk about some other stuff I thought was really cool, but it is a spoiler, so here's a spoiler warning. I really liked Thea, and I really liked seeing more of the Yautja culture. I thought it was very cool to see the Yautja home planet and seeing Dek fight against other Yautja. So him versus father at the very end, I think was super hype, where he, you know, easily, well, not, I guess I won't say easily, but he overpowers the Royal Guard. I'm assuming that the Royal Guard, considering they're his father's right-hand men. And the way that he evolved after his time on the most dangerous planet we've seen yet, the Death Planet Jenna, was very cool. And then his showdown with his father that mirrored what happened to his brother, basically. And then he says, I have my own clan, I think was a really fun conclusion, and the way they set up for a further Predator film was very hype with his mother showing up. I thought that was so fucking cool, and I think they did a great job with the action. And I really liked the Yautja, and I'd love to see more from it. And I also, like I said, like Thea. I think Thea was a very cool character to see in here as well, where she was able to kind of humanize, is probably not the right word, but help Dek see that maybe not everything he'd been taught about the Yautja is the only way to live. Maybe there's more to it than just hunting alone. Maybe it's worth, you know, hunting in a pack like wolves and protecting instead of just killing, that kind of thing, which I know can be very cliche, but I think it works really well in this film. So I liked it a lot.
Interesting. Well, I suppose we'll, I do plan on watching it. I just don't know when. So, yeah. So apparently we have terrorists in the White House now.
Trump invited, obviously, Al-Qaeda to the White House. You know, they say keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Apparently, that's what's happening. Here we go.
For context, he's the president of Syria.
This is men's fragrance. Right.
Get ready.
Yeah. This is
You're trying to...
It's the best fragrance. Come here.
I'm gonna put it on you.
Okay.
It's gold.
What we'll do is just take that, Joe, put it in.
Yeah.
And then the other one is for your wife.
Get ready.
And then the other one is for your wife. How many wives? Your wife. You guys said never know, right?
Jesus.
How many wives? One? Ah, okay. Well, with these guys, I never know.
Oh, he asked him how many fucking wives he had, dude. What the fuck?
Ah, okay. Well, with these guys, I never know.
Jesus Christ. Well, we had our war with them, and we got the guy that caused 9/11. As far as I'm concerned, if we can move on and nation build together, I'm fine with that. I don't want another 20-year war. I'm done with that shit. I don't want to see ground troops in another war. I want to see bombs being dropped. What's the point of having all these fucking bombs and missiles if we can't use them?
This guy is a head-chopping ISIS guy. He will.
And let me tell you the reason why. As if you hide in a mountain, we've got a bunker buster. If you hide in a deep enough mountain, we'll blow the mountain up on top of you and then use a bunker buster. If you hide in an underground facility, we'll nuke the top of it, make a crater, and then bunker buster you. We don't need ground troops anymore, boys. We're past that point. Like,
we have more wives soon. Well, I mean, you know, hey, look. Everybody has, you know, a rough patch.
Actually, he was Al-Qaeda and fiercely fought ISIS, and also, as far as we know, he never shocked a dog.
You know, it's a whole different complicated thing, okay?
So apparently some new emails came into existence about Epstein and Trump. They were not fake. They were just re-releases.
The Epstein estate show the convicted sex offender making multiple references to President Trump. Trump, quote, spent hours at his house with a sex trafficking victim. Robert Garcia is joining us now. Congressman, when did you get this information?
We actually just received all of these.
It was an email where the name was redacted, but the email had already been released without the name redacted. So what happened was, Asmon pulled it up on stream because he's Asmon. He showed the name with it redacted and the name without. And the name without it being redacted was a lady that had already cleared Trump of anything that was in the Epstein files before she died. The question is why would the Democrats do this now? It's probably because of the government shutdown. That's why. They wanted to resurface something with redacted information, even though the full email was already released. You can go look it up and look at them side by side. They're the exact same email. And they did this so that way they could take the heat off of them for the government shutdown. And kind of put some shade on the Republicans.
Emails with a total of about 23,000.
So there were 23,000 emails that were never made public.
Are you still getting more information coming in from the estate?
Why was this information not... Why did the government not have this? What other information does the estate have? Why is the government not going in and getting every single piece of information that this estate has right now? It makes me so mad. They did? These mails are nothing new. They were already released in 2024.
Yep.
What is this? Democrats intentionally redacted the name of the victim in the Epstein emails they released. The unredacted version shows that it was Virginia Giuffre. Virginia Giuffre has testified multiple times that President Trump did nothing. She never even saw him at Epstein's house. So they released something that was already unredacted, and then they re-redacted it again. And
That's literally the same email.
Trump did nothing. She never even saw him at Epstein's house. So they released something
With the new one,
already
the old one.
Redacted, and then they re-redacted it again, and they're trying to think that it's new. So why would you redact something from a person who said Trump didn't do anything wrong? Think about this for 3 seconds, and you're going to come to the conclusion that they did it in order to create a false narrative.
Yep. Congressman, we're just getting a first reaction.
Just like the BBC did to make it seem like Trump incited January 6th.
Now from the White House, the Democrats selectively leaked emails to the liberal media to create a fake narrative to smear President Trump.
Okay, all right, let me see what his response to this is.
My response is simple. Then release all the files.
I'm sorry. I think this is a completely underhanded tactic.
This fucking guy's a goober. He's a fucking fruitcake.
It's completely dishonest, if I'm interpreting it the way it seems like it is. But I don't care because I agree with this conclusion.
Yeah.
Just please release the files, investigate this fully. Trump will never win back. I think that right now...
What's really sad is that even if he releases the files now, people still are going to say, well, it doesn't matter because most of the information on it's redacted or it's just been altered so that way it doesn't name anyone of it political power right now. That's what's going to go on. The only way these files are going to get released is when everyone involved with it is dead and everyone who can do anything about it is dead. Just like Martin Luther King and, Jesus,
files, it was a complete betrayal and nothing short of that. I think Bondi is at fault mostly. If Pam Bondi fails, that means Trump put a failure in charge. He led people to believe that he was going to release the Epstein files, and he didn't do it.
Well, it seems the House finally has enough votes to force the release of the files. We'll know more about it soon.
Damn. Damn, boys, we might be seeing it soon. You know, we got that Broken Hollywood, right? Check out The Critical Drinker, awesome channel, W channel.
Per year for Hollywood, has it? In fact, the recent news that they just recorded the lowest October box office in 30 years caps off what's shaping up to be one of the most depressing 12 months in cinema history.
Yes, yes.
A year marked by a drastic downturn in new productions in LA, even as foreign markets start to take over, a summer movie season of tired sequels and declining franchises that never really took off, and a fourth quarter that's delivered nothing but disastrous flops and unwanted propaganda flicks. Damn man, even Sydney Sweeney couldn't save the day. So how the hell did it come to this? We were all told that survive until 25 was the mantra going around Hollywood, that after years of lockdowns and strikes and pandering to the message, this was the year that Tinseltown was finally going to get back on track.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Yeah, so that didn't happen. If anything, their situation seems worse than ever, and there's not much on the horizon that's
You know why? Because instead of going back to the way it was before, the message, what they're doing now is they're playing it even safer by not including anything that people want to see. They're not doing the toxic masculinity that was in like every single Marvel film because they want to avoid it altogether. So they're making these stale-ass, useless movies that nobody asked for.
Turn that around. So let's take a little look at that October headline and see if we can make sense of it, shall we? According to the Hollywood Reporter, October has seen the lowest box office return since 1997, when they took in just $385 million. Although if you actually bother to adjust for inflation, which you probably should because it's kind of a big deal these days, that number's more like $700 million in today's money.
Shit!
But whatever way you choose to look at it, it's been a shitty month for Hollywood movies, and it's been driven mostly by a complete lack of anything worth watching. Tron Ares was the big tentpole movie of the month, a disaster.
Man, I didn't want to see no fucking Tron film. That shit's boring. Nobody want to see that. I don't think I've ever seen any one of those films. You know why? Because I don't care. Nobody want to see that.
Disastrously bad sequel made by a company that isn't just scraping the bottom of the barrel for old IPs, it's now digging several hundred feet below it. You can tell they wanted to release this thing in the summer, but they knew it could never hope to compete with the big wannabe blockbusters, so instead it got punted to the October dumping grounds. One battle after another was a typical Oscar bait Hollywood wankfest that feels like it arrived about 10 years late to the party, pushed out onto a weary audience that's now thoroughly sick of political lectures. Nobody was interested in this one, and the whole thing came and went like a fart in the wind. Even The Smashing Machine, which was supposed to be
I heard The Smashing Machine was kind of good.
Rock's big comeback movie, marrying his star power with indie filmmaking sensibilities, failed to make any impact whatsoever. It wasn't exactly a bumper year for horror movies either. Yeah, Good Boy offered up a novel spin on the traditional horror film, but with a $6.5 million haul, it wasn't exactly setting the box office on fire. The only big horror movie of the month was Black Phone 2, a pretty by the
I really want to see that one. I saw the first one and it was so good. I really want to see. This is my movie of the year right here.
Numbers sequel that brought in $70 million domestically. Ironically, the one movie that could have actually turned it around was Frankenstein, but for reasons best known only to themselves, Netflix gave it the most limited of theatrical releases purely so it could qualify for Oscar consideration before punting it straight onto streaming.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
All of these bad decisions collectively hampered the October box office, but the bigger issue I think is the complete lack of theatrical momentum. Basically, people just aren't that motivated to go to the movies right now, and the longer this goes on, the less likely.
Also, people are fucking broke. People can't afford to go to the movies anymore. That shit's a luxury. You're either too goddamn broke or you're working yourself to death, which means you have no time. So, yeah.
They are to come back, and that particular problem can be traced all the way back to the so-called summer blockbuster season, which consisted mostly of disappointing sequels, awful remakes, and dreary franchise movies that we've seen a million times before. The superhero genre continued its sad descent into cultural irrelevance. All three of the big Marvel movies—
Shit, it's been at least 4 years for me. It's been no, you know what? I went and saw Deadpool vs. Wolverine in theaters. That was the last movie I went and saw, but before that it must have been... I don't know. I don't know what movie I saw before that. I know it's been a while.
Movies failed to make an impact, and even James Gunn's Superman by James Gunn barely managed to struggle past 600 million. I don't care what anyone tries to tell you, Warner Brothers were absolutely expecting $1 billion movie out of that one. Jurassic World Rebirth, the 7th movie in the franchise, did better with 870 million worldwide and ultimately won the battle of the box office in July hands down, even though it made over 130 million less than its predecessor, and it was so fucking dumb and forgettable that I genuinely have to remind myself it even exists.
I didn't even know that movie came out. I had no idea that movie came out.
Yeah, another big franchise sequel and another major disappointment with a pointlessly convoluted story and an ending that failed to live up to the movie's title. Lilo and Stitch, the biggest Western movie of the year and the only Hollywood production to break $1 billion, was another live-action remake of a fucking 20-year-old animated movie. Son of a So was How to Train Your Dragon, in fact, and I can't shake the feeling that the success of both movies was
That's because they're Disney films. No one gives a shit about Disney films. I'm sorry.
On parents
Disney's
in the
dead. And they're slowly taking down the movie industry with them.
30s wanting to relive their childhoods while shutting their own kids up for a couple of hours. In fact, it's kind of telling that by far the biggest movie of the year wasn't even made by Hollywood. Yeah, like 99% of its revenue came from Chinese audiences, but make no mistake, the moment Chinese filmmakers figure out how to produce domestically popular movies that also have global appeal, Hollywood is fucked. Add all this stuff together, the disappointing franchise films, the forgettable superhero slop and the cynical remakes of old classics, and you end up with a heady cocktail of forgettability and apathy that absolutely killed people's excitement for going to the movies. Instead of being pumped up and inspired by a packed season of hit films that became cultural events, the mood heading into autumn was more like quiet disappointment. Like, is that it? Is that all we're getting this year? It wasn't exactly helped by a dismal August and September, populated almost entirely by re-releases and stale holdovers from the summer. Was it all terrible? No, of course not. Sinners got a lot of well-deserved
Sinners
praise,
was good.
But it's since
I'm sorry, dude. Like, Sinners was good. I enjoyed watching that movie. That was a good movie. I will definitely recommend Sinners.
Abilities were more like an art house film than a tentpole feature. Weapons was a fun little horror movie.
Haven't seen it. I want to watch it.
Definitely kept us entertained, but again, it wasn't enough to become a major event. One of the few genuinely decent big-budget summer movies to come out was Joseph Kosinski's F1, a film that actually
that's the reason why everyone's so hyped about F1 right now. I don't give a shit about
left
no
me
fucking
feeling
racing
good
movie.
in a way I
Nobody
hadn't
give a fuck
since
about
Top
that.
Gun Maverick. But even that couldn't repeat the Top Gun success and finished up.
Maverick was bad too. I didn't like that show either. That movie was too damn boring. That movie was too
with
talkative.
630 million worldwide. Not terrible, but
I watched and finished the first one. Thought it was boring as shit. Didn't even. I watched it around Top Gun Maverick was gonna release, and I finally sat down and watched the first one. Realized how fucking boring it was, and didn't even bother seeing the new one. I didn't like it at all. It was so boring. It's so
exactly
boring.
stellar either, and most importantly, another movie to add to the list of films that nobody really talked about after it left theaters. The point I'm making with all this long-winded bullshit is that Hollywood failed to generate the kind of cultural and financial momentum over the summer that it really needs to keep things ticking over until the holiday season. It's been a depressingly uninspiring year for the most part, with nothing to really get fired up and passionate about, and it's leaving people with fewer and fewer reasons to go to the movies. Then there's the other problems that have been brewing for years now and are really starting to bite in 2025, like the rise of streaming services and the increasingly short release windows that are actively incentivizing people not to bother with the cinema experience.
That's what I don't understand. Why don't they just fucking make it come to HBO or Netflix or like why are we sitting here doing this to ourselves? Nobody wants to go see a movie because no one has any fucking time for it. Not to mention like the times that they give you to go and watch these films are like they're so like spread out and inconvenient that it just makes it not worth it. Like no one wants to get off from work at 6 and miss the 6 o'clock showing of Predator, Badlands, just to be stuck and waiting until 8 o'clock when they got to be in bed by 10 to get up the next day and work all fucking day. Nobody wants to deal with that. Why don't you just release these films for free on the streaming services so that way it gives them a reason to get the streaming services? Like what they were doing during COVID. Like, that's another thing. Like, they did it during COVID. Why not now? It's so fucking stupid. It's ignorance.
Why pay like $25 and drive for an hour, then sit through another 30 minutes of trailers
right?
to see a movie you don't particularly care about anyway, when you can watch it in the comfort of your own home in a matter of weeks, and you won't have to deal with some dickhead in the row in front talking and farting his way through the whole thing.
Right?
Shit, man, big screen TVs and projectors are so cheap now that most people can afford a pretty decent home cinema setup. And yeah, obviously it's not going to compete with IMAX, but be honest with yourself, most of the time, who the fuck even cares? And there's just no avoiding this next one. Hollywood's obsession with identity politics has been slowly killing it over the past 10 years.
I don't want to say that's Hollywood, that's Disney. Now, Hollywood definitely dipped its fingers into it, but Disney was like the head runner. I'm sorry, dude, like...
bringing down every big money-making franchise, stunting projects that might otherwise have been successful, alienating half their potential customers, and souring them on the very people who used to get arses in seats. Movie stars. I've talked at length about the self-righteous actors who make it their business to lecture the rest of the world on how to think and act, but now it finally feels like the collective culture of Hollywood is slowly trying to distance itself from a culture war they've clearly lost. Shit, man, even Jennifer Lawrence, the first...
Hey, you know why? Because nobody wants to hear about how their time is really rough during COVID in their $80 million fucking mansion. Whenever you're packed into a fucking apartment like fucking sardines. Shut the fuck up. Nobody gives a fuck about what you think or feel. Oh, my life is so miserable because I'm stuck in my $80 million mansion with all my money. Oh, motherfucker, you, like, shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody give a fuck about what you think and feel when it comes to politics. You obviously taking advantage of a system that is built for your kind of people. Fuck off.
Female action star, according to Jennifer Lawrence, finally seems to have realised that there's a world outside of her safe, privileged Hollywood bubble, and a lot of the people in it don't agree with her political takes.
Yeah, and then because of that, you won't get hired
of them
anywhere.
Don't even need to.
But the problem is that instead of embracing that you won't get hired anywhere, more of these actors need to embrace the fact that they have lived an entire life of privilege. Most of them have, anyway. And, as soon as they come to terms with that and start walking away from Hollywood, then Hollywood will have no choice but to conform.
To hear her political opinions for any reason, because she's a fucking actor, not a political pundit. It's not her job to voice her thoughts on this stuff, and it never was. Yeah, you could probably argue she's about half a decade late to the party on this one, and she's only saying it now because her career's on the kind of trajectory that makes the Hindenburg look like a model of stability, but I think her sentiments reflect a growing acceptance in Hollywood that when
Hindenburg flew like 5 times or so, right?
Business and entertainment, well, politics is bad for business.
Yes,
I know,
it is.
It seems pretty obvious to us, but what can I say? I guess they're kind of retarded in that part of the world. So what exactly does the future hold for Hollywood at the box office? Are they eventually going to get back to printing money and entertaining the masses, or will they slide into cultural irrelevance and get replaced by cheap AI slop and foreign competitors? Time will tell, but
At least AI will make better films. Shit.
Not exactly optimistic about their chances. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Alright. Bro. So tell me why this is the funniest animation on the internet. Alright. Roll up your sleeves. Unbuckle your belts. Because I seen a little bit of this yesterday. I had to stop watching it because I started laughing so hard my stomach hurt.
About me? The fuck is this? We're gonna have to watch this.
No electrocution of dogs here. Like a Sonic biker, no.
JD Vance has done spot training for his own dog.
Yeah?
Idea that I'm like abusing my dog.
Yeah. It's not what he said. How do you have a degree in political science and communications and you don't understand what he said? Guys,
He got the tooth right.
crazy about this. He actually got the tooth right. This is impressive. Like,
Yeah, he's got the one, like...
reason this. Wait, what's going on here?
I think he
No!
lied about having a shock collar. I think he 100% had a shock collar.
Wow.
But that 100% is a shock collar.
The Vice President of the United States is talking about Reddit, Twitter drama.
That's right, because it's funny. Thank God that we finally have a vice president that's locked in.
People got firmly invested in this narrative.
Bro, what is this? Like Goomba from the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I got close-up pictures of the shock collar on my mother's life.
Don't you put that evil on me!
I didn't see prongs. I'm pretty sure it's a vibrate collar. Maybe I should have said 99% sure instead of 100.
This is the one that people are talking about. It has the capacity to vibrate. I shocked her with a button. Good thing I didn't hit the fucking trapdoor button instead on accident.
It was confirmed that the dog had a vibration collar.
Oh my God!
Yeah. It's iDubbbz.
Yeah, it is. It's obviously iDubbbz.
Not even that he used it.
I think her collar's too tight.
You
have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I can't even get one.
There's a lot of neck meat.
Take your place at my side.
This is so retarded.
They are incredibly effective.
This is so good. Let me link you guys the YouTube video of this. This is amazing. The reason why it's so good is it makes every
W video.
Everybody look like a retard. Yeah, first comment on part 2 is insane. Okay, let me see what it says. Old enough to bark, old enough to spark.
Legendary question of all time. Old enough to count, old enough to mount? Question mark.
Wow.
Oh, fucking crying, dude. I'm crying. Ugh. So apparently this lady that's like driving this like train fell asleep. This happened 18 hours ago.
Take a look at this terrifying new video, a terrifying morning commute.
Hold on. God damn it. Can't hear shit.
Or some light rail. San Francisco. Video from a September incident appears to show the driver falling asleep as the train picks up speed, tossing panicked passengers all around. Chief Correspondent Jonathan Hunt is in Los Angeles with more on that for us. Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, I'd imagine that's going to happen quite a bit.
Sandra, not the kind of early morning.
That's what happens whenever you working yourself to death, man.
Commute anyone wants, and it could have been so much worse.
Wait until people start having heart attacks. You know that in China, it's so often for people to die on the job that there's actually a term for it. Let me see. What is it called when you die from working too much in Japan or China? It's karoshi. Is the term used in Japan for employees who literally work themselves to death. The work culture in Japan encourages and often demands the employees work up to or more than 100 hours of overtime a month. You think it's bad now, boys? Remember, America's only just begun.
It's in the middle of the rush hour, just after 8:30 in the morning, and the San Francisco light rail train was packed when passengers suddenly got thrown around as the train jolted on a curve, exiting a tunnel and traveling at around 50 miles per hour. The driver was apparently asleep at the wheel, jerked awake and began applying the emergency brake, then blamed the braking system while trying to calm passengers.
Ew, what the fuck is this?
I'm sorry. Relax. Stop. We didn't crash. Relax. It wouldn't stop. Relax. We're okay.
But a San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency investigation concluded, quote, a full inspection of the train's braking system confirmed that it performed as designed. Additional inspections of the trackway and related infrastructure found no mechanical...
What really sucks is because that lady fell asleep and it made the news, they're going to fire her now. She's going to lose her job after working all them hours and not be able to afford her rent simply because...
or systems issues. Thankfully, no one was seriously hurt in the incident. The SFM...
What I really can't stand is that jobs nowadays, they're like, make sure you get a full rest when you're at home. So, like, whenever I was working 40 hours, or 40 hours in 2 days, 48 hours in 2 days, and I had my 1 day off, I loved that I was supposed to drive around and get to know the roadways so that way I could learn how to drive the fire truck and respond to emergencies in the area. So, between them forcing me to work 48 hours straight and having my 1 day off, I lived 30 minutes away from where I lived and I got off at 6, right? Every morning, after 2 days, I would get off at 6, and then I would have to get back up at like 4:30 in the morning, get ready, and then drive in. So I'd have that window, and they expected me to drive around and get to know the area. And then on top of that, to go home and study for these stupid ass exams that I needed to do to become a fire truck operator. In my first year, haven't even gotten past my probationary period. In my first year of being a firefighter, they wanted me to drive the fire truck. And I'm like, bro, that's too much. And like, I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be my life. If I have kids, I'm going to be forced to work 48 hours straight, probably with 1 day off, until either the fire chief finally dies off, and I don't wish that on him. I'm just saying, like, either he dies off or he retires, and somebody else takes it over, and hopefully they're smart enough to change the hours, which they probably won't be. Or I'm going to have to retire in 15 years, and by then it's going to be too late to have kids. So I made the decision. I was like, I'm done with this. It's not a matter of being in a probationary period and having firefighters below you. It was so bad there that they were talking about making the chiefs ride down as captains and the captains riding down as firefighters because of their shit schedule. And I looked at that and I said, nope, I'm out. I'm out. No, sir. Nope. I thought to myself, long term, is this what I want to do? And I said to myself, fuck no. How am I supposed to be able to be around my kids? How am I supposed to be able to make sure that I don't, like, I ain't so tired that I get into it? Like, to give you an idea, I was so exhausted, because we would catch fires at like 3 in the morning on top of everything. We would still be running jobs at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. On New Year's, we ended up sleeping in the fire truck. We got to a call with a flipped over vehicle at like noon. I'm so sorry, at like midnight. And we ended up sleeping in the fire truck because the police never came. We stayed there until 6 a.m., well, until like 5:30 a.m., and we were like, nope, we're out of here. We're done. We're not going to wait anymore. And then, like, I was so tired sometimes whenever I was driving home. On the interstate, thank God it was empty. I would be weaving in and out of the lanes. And I told myself, no, I'm done with this. Absolutely not.
EPA also says it is reinforcing training on the importance of...
But my favorite thing is they tell you to go home and make sure you get enough sleep for the next day. But whenever you got like less than 12 hours to do everything you need to do, like that's to go home, make dinner, do the dishes, fucking take out all the shit that needs to be cleaned up, fucking run errands, like getting your fucking, your car stuff renewed, like, how the fuck you supposed to do that all in 12 hours, man? Like, go to the store and get groceries for the fucking week, like, there's so much more on top of that, too. Because then you still had to work out to stay fit. Because they tested you every fucking day that you were there. Even when you were there for 48 hours, they tested you. So, like, bro, it was just a joke, man.
Watching for fatigue and
then they tell you that you gotta go home and make sure you get enough sleep, but it's like, dude, I'm barely at fucking home. What you mean?
Surprisingly, the train operator has been put on what officials call non-driving status. A lot of commuters grateful for that, Sandra.
Got it. Wow.
See what I said? Now she's not even gonna be able to drive to make a living. That sucks. Well, that's what happens when they work you to death, right? It's your fault. Oh yeah, what? Did you like the movie? You saw it? We'll have to check it out eventually. Oh, did they actually sign this? Hold on.
I'm
We're
always willing to.
gonna open up a few of these, and then I'm gonna go use the bathroom right quick. But let me see. Where's Fox at? Fox is always live. Why is it Fox Live right now? Fox News.
On a serious note, today.
Let's see. I'm not really seeing anything else that's catching my eye. How long is this? 18 minutes? Might be an early day today. Who knows? Let me use the bathroom real quick. Oh. We back. Okay.
To work with anyone. Party will work on something having to do with healthcare. We can do a lot better. We can do great. So much money is involved.
and we're willing to pay so much money to the people. So we're going to pay a lot of money to the people. They're going to go out and buy their own health care, and we're going to forget this Obamacare madness. So with all of that, I just want to tell you the country has never been in better shape. We went through this short-term disaster with the Democrats because they thought it would be good politically. And it's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again. Thank you very much.
Hey, we finally ended the government shutdown. Took long enough.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if you have questions. I think we really have a really great situation. We have a country that we love, and we have a country that's in great shape. As you know, we have over $18 trillion invested in our country by other people and countries.
At least the government shutdown's over. That's all that really matters.
That's a record. There's never been a country.
Hot damn. Okay. So, Florida AG goes nuclear on Newsom over illegal immigrant truck drivers. Man, this is crazy that we even have to have this conversation with these damn immigrant truck drivers, bro.
Migrant killing 3 after making an illegal U-turn. On a serious note, today the driver accused of killing 3 people after a migrant truck driver accused of killing 3 people after making an illegal U-turn will face a Florida judge. He's pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of vehicular homicide and was brought to Florida from Sanctuary
Not
State.
guilty, bro. You did an illegal U-turn on the interstate. What do you mean not guilty?
California, where when he was given a commercial driver's license, despite failing key English tests, Florida Attorney General James Uthmeyer joins us now. Mr. Attorney General, thanks so much for joining the program.
Thanks, Lawrence.
So a lot
Fucker
of
really pleaded not guilty
about this because although California is a sanctuary state, the policies that they are passing affect us all. Tell us about what you guys are doing in Florida to push back against this.
Sure. Well, first, we're going to prosecute this guy in court to the fullest. He's looking at many decades behind bars before he would ultimately get deported.
Yeah,
and here's
fuck
the
that
thing.
guy.
Our investigation shows he failed his CDL license exam 10 times in the 2 months before this tragedy.
Bro, what? What? Are you kidding me? 3 people died for this fucker. 10 times he failed it.
We are investigating criminally and civilly not only the license company that wrongfully gave him this license, he cannot speak English, but we're also suing California and Gavin Newsom in the United States Supreme Court because we can do everything right here in Florida. We're a law and order state. It's illegal to give any license to illegal aliens. But when California engages in this unlawful behavior, we are harmed. We suffer. So we're going to hold them accountable in court.
You know, my father is a truck driver, and apparently this issue is pervasive in the field. This is what the Secretary of Transportation had to say.
There's a reason why it's so damn hard to pass those CDL licenses, man. That's why. Because if you fuck up, you kill people. That's the whole reason why you don't pass somebody that tried to... Like, from what I understand is that in Texas, if you fail your CDL license twice, you have to wait 6 months to a year to retry. They don't fuck around with that.
The governor and his state were caught red-handed after weeks of claiming they did nothing wrong. Now we've exposed their lies. 17,000 illegally issued trucking licenses are being revoked. So you're getting some backup from the federal government.
We're happy to have their support. We stand by them. I think what California is doing is wrong, and we're going to hold them accountable.
It absolutely is
I want to get
wrong.
your comments on another story.
He's absolutely
because you are
right.
now seeking the death penalty for a man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Give him the death penalty.
Sexual battery on children. Explain to me the rationale seeking the death penalty for a man that was indicted for sexual battery on children.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's harsh enough. You got to stone that bitch to death.
Explain to me the rationale. A lot of people, since the beginning of time, have been calling for this, saying that these individuals cannot be rehabilitated.
No, they can't.
That mess with children in this sick way. Do you think you're going to face some legal challenges, though, on this?
You know what's really sad? The answer should be no, but it's yes. They're going to face legal challenges. Of course they will. It should be no, but...
We will face legal challenges. I know we're running headlong into an
Go
old
figure.
Louisiana versus Kennedy Supreme Court opinion where they said child sex battery offenders are not eligible for the death penalty. Here in Florida,
They need
we
to
would
be.
like to see them revisit that. We were the first state to again make child sex offenders death penalty eligible. And yesterday, we indicted a man who raped multiple little kids as young as 3 years old.
Holy shit!
A heinous act that shakes the core of our human society. It is wrong. I do not believe this individual can be rehabilitated.
Fuck
we want
no.
to send him to meet his maker and face the ultimate form of justice.
As my pastor likes to say, offer him Christ and pull the switch. Sir,
I love that man so much, dude. He's so based.
thanks for joining the program this morning.
I'm Steve Jersey.
Offer him Christ and pull the switch. I love it. God damn. All right. We got to finish this video up and we're going to call it an early day today. It's Thursday.
On May 7th, 2025, a Washington
check
State
out
Patrol
Midwest
trooper
Safety,
obtained
W Midwest Safety. Check out Midwest Safety, awesome channel, W channel.
Interstate 90 from Snoqualmie Parkway and observed a silver sedan weaving through traffic at
110
triple-digit speeds without signaling.
110.
Activated his lights near the Preston Falls City exit, but was unaware that the suspect vehicle was calling for backup of its own.
Took me to Preston Falls City. It's a silver Honda Civic, it looks like. About to get a plate for you. We're getting
Oh.
westbound.
Oh no, not the stop signs. Damn, he is like weaving.
We're back on lane 3, 100 miles an hour, light traffic. Light traffic, in and out of traffic.
Oh.
Lane 3 now. Traffic still light, lane 2, 110 miles.
Like, what the hell was his plan if he got away? They do know that they have the license plate numbers, right? Like, it's gonna be traced back to somebody.
Might be able to get you a plate here. They're in and out of traffic. Traffic's about moderate at this point, but it's light up ahead.
Damn, bro is hauling, dude. Jesus, he's going.
Registration's Lloyd or David 6509. Permission to pit under 80.
Under 80. Well, let's try the spikes first if I've left setup.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good pit. Ah! Didn't stick.
Successful pit under 40, and they're stopping on the right shoulder. They got out of the pit, but we're stopped just east of exit 18.
What the hell? Why stop?
They're taking off again, exiting the high point. We're about 70 miles an hour.
Oh.
Getting back on that eastbound 90.
Oh.
Forfeit again.
0.
What the hell's he doing? Why is he signaling? What is that?
He's gesturing out of his window. And there's another car here. It's an Infinity. Looks like they're together.
Bro, that's gotta be a scary situation if you're a cop and you're doing that by yourself and you see another car pull up like that. I'd be radioing for all kinds of backup. Shit.
Felony stop. We're eastbound 90 from High Point.
You never know what that
Face away from me. Get out the
is that an Infinity? That Infinity has.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car right now!
What the fuck?
10-0-6, I don't have a vehicle that's interfering. It's a gray Infinity. We're back eastbound 90.
I think the Infinity cars are the ugliest looking cars I've ever seen. I've seen some that look kind of cool after you like deck them out a little bit, but I think they're so ugly looking.
The male driver looks Hispanic, light skin, black hair, with a red and black jacket.
Is that a pit maneuver? Bro tried to... he really trying to pit maneuver the cop? I don't think you can pit maneuver an SUV, bro. Kind of need a different kind of car for that, huh?
Trying to interfere from this pursuit. We're about 100 miles an hour.
He's going 100. Jesus. Why don't any of these dash cams record the speed limit? Like the speed, how fast they're going. Like how fast the cruiser's going. I'd like to see cameras with that. I saw it once and haven't seen it since.
The Honda has a flat tire. The rear right tire is flat. This car is falling apart from the rear bumper.
Oh, it must, yeah, okay. I thought it was the tire, but maybe it's the tire? They didn't throw spikes.
Exiting the High Point. Sorry, we were coming from.
Oh, the tire's definitely flat. I can see it wobbling. Maybe the bumper cut it up.
He yelled out the window that he has a kid, and he's losing.
Oh!
We're on the off ramp. He's lost control, faced the wrong way.
Hang in, man. Hang in.
Vehicles lost control, exiting the High Point from Highlands.
Oh, Jesus!
511 Seattle, they're ramming the patrol cars and he's going the wrong way back, westbound and eastbound lanes.
He just rammed my patrol car. Now he's going westbound and eastbound lanes, and there is a kid in the vehicle, and there's another female who's in the passenger seat. 10-06, I'm back westbound from High Point.
The situation escalates quickly as the suspect flees westbound in the eastbound lanes, heading into oncoming traffic. Recognizing the potential threat, another trooper, still in training with his FTO, would be forced to make a split-second decision.
12-6, we're starting rolling, slow down. Okay, there it is right there. Okay, easy, easy. It's spinning out. Now it's facing the right way, it's in the ditch. Go, go, go.
You know, all things considered, if this guy's drunk, if he's got a DUI, I don't know what he has, but if he's drinking, bro needs to drink more. He kind of drive kind of good for somebody who's drinking. Like, Jesus.
Put your hands up, get on the ground, get on the ground, get down, stop. I'm sorry. Get on the ground.
I'm sorry.
Put your hands behind your back.
What's the point of apologizing once the deed is done? I never understood that. You do realize that once you start running, doesn't matter how many times you say sorry or how apologetic you are, you already got all the charges. It's done. It's over with. Like,
They're stopped in the ditch.
You might as well just be quiet at that point.
What is wrong with you?
I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. Is it just the female you're kidding?
I'm sorry.
Turning your hand.
I'm not.
Cancel against Seattle. What's the location of their ditch?
We're gonna be East 90. We're right in between the Highlands and High Point.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No.
Roll all the way to your side.
Are you okay?
Stop between the Highlands and High Point.
Okay.
Just please don't do anything to me.
Oh no, you guys are okay. Okay. 10-060. I'll start 8 precautionary for. How old is your girl? How old is she? Start 8.
Bro, they got a 3-year-old in the car? That's crazy.
25-year-old female.
He's checking on your family right now.
Hey, how many drinks have you had, man? How many drinks have you had?
You only had one. It doesn't matter. You're going to jail.
Hey, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to start an attorney. You understand his rights. That might be that Infinity. Was that Infinity with you? Was that 2-door Infinity with you? No. I'll be with her.
He's lying. He's lying. He's lying. He's sorry though, but he's lying. Right? He's sorry. He apologized like 20 times. He's sorry. But man,
now in custody, officers would attempt to track down the silver Infinity that had been interfering.
Can I say something to my girl?
please tell me they got the Infinity. Please, I don't know why they didn't send cruisers to chase the Infinity. Please tell me they got the Infinity.
I can't even say mine. Please have a seat in the car.
Do you have a driver's license or an ID card? Nothing? I have an ID card. And my purse might be in the back of my wallet. Okay, how much alcohol have you had today? Be honest with me. I haven't. You guys have your kid in the car and you're riding around like that. Okay, yeah, that was my fault. How much alcohol have you had though? I took a sip of it, but I'm not tipsy and I'm not drunk. What's your first name? What? Wendy, like with a W? She gave me her name, but I didn't get a return. So either I heard her wrong or...
Gotcha. Definitely looks like it's going to be a possible DUI.
She's just...
all over the place?
Yeah, but she's just like slow to respond.
Wouldn't be surprised if they're both intoxicated.
Yeah, you see how they got the fire truck, how it's positioned? It's like that so that way if a car were to accidentally hit the scene, it'd hit the fire truck instead. And you see, you're going to see the fire chief's vehicle right on the other side of this. See, this is the protect the scene. What we did whenever we set ours up, we would put traffic cones. We put traffic cones like all the way back. That's what we did. No, it's disgusting whenever you get called to a scene like that where someone's like drunk driving. I had to deal with an infant once. And man, that was a scary situation. The kid was fine, thank God. But it was scary. It was just a scary situation. Anything that involves kids like that, man. I've heard horror stories of how the scenes can be real bad. To be quite frank, that man needs to be locked up for the rest of his life. For that. Seriously.
These are tight. We'll figure that out, alright? Turn around.
What's going on, Cam?
Hello, Sergeant.
How's the passengers?
Passengers seem okay. Ace checking them out right now.
What's the deal?
Trying to figure that out.
Just drunk or something?
He said he had a drink or two. There's a Mike Shar Lemonade and no console.
I have one drink. One drink?
Yes, sir.
Well, why are you running then, man?
Because I have no plates. I have my kid.
That's a good reason to run. No plates and no kid, and your kid in the car. That's how your kid gets hurt.
Yeah, I know. I was scared. I'm sorry.
All right.
That's a real good reason to run. You had no plates, and you were drinking. I mean, bro, you just added like 20 charges on top of that, and you put your own kid's life in danger? What the fuck? What a dumbass.
Racked up ton of charges, baby.
I just got scared. I previously had trouble with cops already.
I can see why. You keep running.
No, I've never ran. This is my first time actually
Really?
running.
Well, what'd you learn? What'd you learn?
Cops are faster than civilians, that's all I know.
What's the deal with the Infinity? We find out what the deal with that is?
No,
He doesn't know.
So, yeah.
Doesn't know.
After we turned around at the Highlands and we got back onto the highway, The Infinity was actually up there with us and entered onto the highway with us while I was still in pursuit with him, and he was trying to block me off and cut me off.
It sounds like they're still tracking him with the aircraft. So.
Yeah.
You don't know the guy in the Infinity, huh? Didn't call someone to help you out? We'll find out because they got a helicopter above them right now.
Where you guys gonna find out? I'm stopped here.
Huh?
I'm stopped here. What is there to find out?
I'm talking about the Infinity, the guy that was trying to help you out.
I know, but what is there to find out if I'm stopped here? How would I call them?
No, when you were driving, did you call somebody to help you out?
I don't stay around here, dude.
Well, it doesn't mean your phone doesn't work. What do you mean?
I don't have service. Check my service. I have.
So it's just some random dude that was just trying to
check my phone. I have SOS.
Wow. Okay. That's odd.
I have nothing to lie.
Wonder why that guy would rack up felony charges just to help out some random person. That's odd.
Hey, let's get back in the car here. Can I say anything to them? Absolutely not. You said enough with your driving. So I love you.
At this point, officers shift their attention to finding the silver.
Oh, please tell me they find him.
The King County Sheriff's Office deployed its Guardian 1 helicopter to assist in locating the vehicle. Roughly 20 minutes later, the Infinity was seen on Bellevue's
Oh, get fucked. Get fucked.
traffic camera network, where troopers quickly responded.
Looks like Shell is lighting them up. They're stopping right here. Looks like Shell is lighting them up. They're stopping right here.
Oh, bro's getting cooked. That's crazy, man. The technology that we have nowadays for the police are just outrageous.
Hands! Get out of the car!
Got the driver door open. Looks like passenger door open as well. Hands are up.
His shirt, dude, go faster.
Anyone else in the car?
I don't think you can fit anybody else in that two-seater car.
Down on the aircraft, yeah.
Do you have any weapons on you or anything else in the silver book?
You want to stay with them and figure out if you're going to take custody and take them back. Okay. You want to have them sit on that car over there, or do you want them on the curb, or do you want them?
Let's get him in my car, I guess. Right there.
We're going to switch out your handcuffs.
That just fell out of this dude's.
Oh, bro, he's got like weed too. Oh, he's cooked.
Just fall with me right here. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right at this time to an attorney. How old are you, sir?
18.
18. So
18.
You understand these rights? Okay.
Got a question. Is that your boot? Is that your boot?
You can train.
Yeah.
Is that what you call him?
No.
I've never heard him.
I watched The Rookie. I don't know if you guys ever watched that. It's a cop shop.
Have you had any alcohol today? I think I can smell it on you.
I had a sip. It was a few hours ago, but yes.
A sip of what?
It was a buzzball.
A buzzball?
Yeah,
Just one?
A tiny one, a small sip.
Let's get him in the car.
Hey, what is it with these people drinking?
Now that you've been Mirandized, I have to ask you something. Why were you trying to pit that police car?
I wasn't trying to, sir. For honesty, I wasn't trying to.
There was a trooper behind that's stating that a pit was performed against the trooper's car. What were you thinking and what were you doing? I need some clear explanation, please.
I know what it looked like. My traction slipped. I wasn't trying to keep it over. I was just trying to block it.
From that point on, why were you running?
Because I knew you guys would have got me, and I was just scared.
So wouldn't that make sense to just stop and figure things out?
Yes.
What an idiot.
Dimitri. Is this a deuce too?
He admitted to drinking. There's two buzzballs in the car.
Yeah, his passenger reeks of alcohol as well, so if they've all been drinking together. Probably.
Excellent.
And he's 18.
To number 2, we're gonna do a little VDC and we'll go from there.
What a moron.
How much alcohol have you had to drink tonight? 1 cup? Would you be willing to provide a breath sample to make sure? Okay, 1 second.
Yo, brother, any guns or anything in the vehicle? Okay.
He said.
All right, so I just need you to take a deep breath.
He said,
from seal on the tube and then blow until you hear a click. Okay, it should be like 5 seconds. So big breath in and blow. Keep going. Go, 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 go. Why didn't you tell him to pull over? Think you can outrun us?
I was scared.
Think you can hide?
So, We're just trying to figure out what's going on, man. Because here's our perspective. We have an officer.
Yeah, if I was the other guy that was the passenger in that Xfinity, I'd have been like, dude, drop me the fuck off. I want out of this. Because you about to get chased down. Fuck that.
Okay. He then calls out that your vehicle comes up behind and you're attempting to get in the way and block him. So that's step one. Step two is we have another officer coming up behind, coming to assist with the pursuit, who claims that they saw your vehicle, the one that you're driving, attempt to do a pit maneuver. Do you know what a pit maneuver is?
Yes.
They saw that you attempted to do a pit maneuver on a police vehicle. Then they tried to pull you over and you took off at triple-digit speeds. So help me piece this together.
Like I told the other officer, that second officer that says that I tried to pit maneuver him, I did not see him.
I have questions about minor in possession because this passenger is 19 and he's been drinking.
Did you PBT him?
I did. He was a 019.
Okay, so
he said he had one drink.
Oh, 019. Still, possession of alcohol. I don't know if there is a per se limit on that.
Alrighty, I'll just say that then.
Okay, so we had.
I think from what I understand is that if you blow anything above a 00 as a minor, or like not necessarily a minor, but somebody who's under the legal age of purchasing alcohol, it's an automatic DUI.
There was multiple times where your vehicle was called out that you were trying to get in the way of the pursuit.
Yeah.
You were trying to do that?
No, I was just, to be honest with you, I just got really scared from my brother, which is in the other vehicle.
Is that the other one? That's your brother?
Was that two-door?
We make sense now.
Okay, so you were just trying to help.
I was just trying to
Oh,
help
damn.
kid,
Right.
Well, there it is.
I'd rather you guys catch me than my brother, because my brother got a kid.
So that's why you were attempting to get in the way.
That's really just the reason I was just getting in the way, because my brother got a kid, and he got a life ahead of him.
Yeah, but so do you.
I do too, but I don't got no kids to take care of, I don't really got responsibilities like him.
Okay. I mean, you understand how that's a really bad decision to make, right?
I understand that.
So just be honest with me. Did you try to make contact with their vehicle, with the police officer's vehicle?
No, my car, because I kept braking really fast, the traction turned off, so it just kept slipping on me. I was never trying to pit maneuver a car.
I was gonna say, I think he was way too far ahead to try and do a pit maneuver on the vehicle, because like you could still see him in the rearview mirror. I don't think he actually tried to do it. I actually think he might be telling the truth there. I think this is the good brother who's trying to stay out of trouble, in all honesty.
Alrighty. So you have the right to remain silent. You have the right.
I think he's lying? I don't know. Because, like, if he watches those police shows like what he said, I think that he would know how to do it. Like, he was way too far up on the police cruiser to do it there. Because he was, like, right, just past the, like, passenger side door. He was just behind it. That's way too high up.
And these rights. All right, and you're under arrest for minor in possession.
Come on, man. How old are you?
I'm 18.
Jesus Christ, why?
I'm sorry, I was just scared for my brother, like I said.
Okay, but your brother made his choices. Why are you bringing yourself down with him? You gotta think about that.
I messed up today. I was just in the moment. I didn't get to think. It just happened. Adrenaline just hit me.
You made the wrong choice tonight, man.
I know, I'm sorry.
All right, just hang tight. We'll be right back, okay? Watch your knee for me.
According to police documents, the suspect was identified as 22-year-old Victor. A Department of Licensing check confirmed he did not have a valid driver's license. He was taken to the District 2 Bellevue headquarters for a BAC test, which showed a blood alcohol level of 0.047. Victor was taken to jail, where he began vomiting. He was charged with felony eluding, 2 counts of reckless endangerment, obstruction, and DUI. The driver of the Infiniti, identified as 18-year-old Daniel, was charged with DUI, reckless driving, and obstruction. His passenger, 20-year-old Alex, was charged with minor in possession. All 3 were booked into the King County Jail, and they remain innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Damn, bro, that... Oh, what? We didn't get his, like... Okay, well, damn, alright. Well, Midwest Safety Video, go check it out. Awesome Midwest Safety Video. I'll check the news one more time. We'll check the news one more time and then probably head out of here. Anything good here? Oh, there's a Fallout Season 2 trailer. Oh, fuck, I want to watch it so bad, but I can't on YouTube.
I thought this was really funny. The same thing that happened to Black Myth Wukong last year is happening now to Expedition 33 this year. You're having these industry events and industry groups that are finding ways to disenfranchise and...
What the fuck's going on? Hello?
I thought this was really funny. The same thing that happened to Black Myth Wukong last year is happening now to Expedition 33 this year. You're having these industry events and...
So, last year they tried to say that Black Myth Wukong didn't win Game of the Year, though it got the popular vote. Like, seriously?
It's shocking to me, isn't it?
It's not for me.
Yeah, bullshit. Yes, it's crazy. Look at it. Why? I'm assuming that's what this is about, right?
12 months, a Eurogamer reviewer has apparently been haunted by the 5-star review that he gave to Dragon Age The Veilguard. His words are, "It plagues me." His review called it the best Dragon Age and the best BioWare game he's
What a fucking idiot.
For reading this, bro. Like, it made me so mad.
Ever played.
Should've
5
been
out
illegal.
of 5, a perfect score, a masterpiece.
Yep.
1 year later, he admits he doesn't think it's a 5-star game, doesn't think it's BioWare's best, says it's been haunting him for the last 12 months.
I can respect a little bit of accountability. Yes, it's haunting him like a ghost, the fact that he said this game was good. I think that's what you deserve.
Why did you rate it so highly, then, dumbass?
The score's still up, still there, still misleading people.
Sure.
But it gets worse. The same week that article dropped, the Grammys announced...
Well, Eurogamer is totally captured by identity politics and progressive values. So they don't really provide reviews anymore. They provide propaganda. And I think that all of the review websites should transition to not aggregating critic scores and elevating them or separating them from user scores. I think all critic scores should just go into the same pile as a user score. Why is it that a critic that got hired for $30 to write an article about why a game is good, why is it that his review gets elevated over somebody who's played it for 200 hours?
I kind of like the idea that it's elevated, personally. Because that's how you know that you shouldn't trust it. Kind of like the tomato meter or whatever for Rotten Tomatoes. You don't ever go based on the tomato meter. You go based on the audience scores.
There's obviously something wrong there.
Their best video game soundtrack nominations. Star Wars Outlaws made the list, so did Avatar and Indiana Jones. Guess what didn't? Claire Obscure Expedition 33, one of 2025's highest rated games, arguably Game of the Year for most. 5 million copies sold, #1 on the Billboard Classical chart for 10 weeks. One of the best game soundtracks in a decade.
I was actually I'm watching a streamer play through it right now. It actually looks kind of fun. I still don't like that turn-based, though.
Nothing, not even a mention. Same week, same industry, same broken machine that decides what you're supposed to play. And if you're still trusting these people, then listen up. Dragon Age The Veilguard scored an 84 critic score on Metacritic.
These people, they give reviews for video games based off of criteria that nobody cares about. They're giving reviews for games based off of their representation of minority groups. They're giving reviews for games based off of the graphics of, you know, the tree bark or the ripples in the water or something like that. And again, what is who cares about a review? Why does anybody give a shit about a review?
They care because it's going to determine whether they want to get the game or not. That's the problem.
The reason why reviews matter is because they're meant to inform the customer to make an educated decision with their money. But the problem is that reviews that are co-opted by politics, social perspective, or some other type of ideology are ending up basically overriding the best interest of the consumer. And that's the real problem. It's the perversion and manipulation of a platform for an intentional goal.
Critic. User score of 3.9. Says it all. We all know the reason why by now without even mentioning this thing. The game went through multiple reboots.
Well, the game just wasn't very good. I mean, I played the game a lot. It wasn't very good.
Game wasn't at all.
11 years. Nearly became a live service game. Had to be rescued by a Mass Effect team. Sent in to salvage what was left. The
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd say like 10 or 20 people should like be able to play it and then average out the score for it. And they use that score as like an average.
was a mess. The writing was even worse somehow. The game showed it. But sure, 5 stars, BioWare's best game ever, according to this guy. Now 12 months later, he admits, I don't think it's a 5-star game. Says that when asked if he'd score it differently now, he said, yes, I would. Probably land on 4 stars now.
That's it?
So you're still retarded. You're just not as retarded.
What the fuck?
You're saying like, nah, bro, I'm still retard, but like I'm not like how I was. Like that part of my life is
Yeah, but the writing for the base storyline is just garbage for this game. It was like that for Concord too. Like it doesn't matter how often you update it. If the base story is just shit, then it just doesn't matter.
Probably 4 stars, maybe,
Totally
but he's
different.
not sure. What he is sure about is it's haunted him, plagues him, been thinking about it for 12 months. Poor bloke, 12 months of torment.
I was gonna say it's only been haunting him and plaguing him because people have been shitting all over his reviews. And he probably isn't gonna be able to get another job doing reviews for anywhere because they're not gonna take him serious.
Still won't change
Rightfully
the score,
so.
though,
So
because apparently Eurogamer's policy is reviews are a
like this game came out and the people that played it said that it was so fucking bad that they ended up canceling all the DLCs for it that they had planned. No one really, like, even the people that were like, oh, I'm going to give it a chance anyway, ended up just not liking the game.
Shot in time. You can't.
I think that's fine if you want to say reviews are a snapshot in time. That I don't have a problem with that. There's a lot of games that age badly. Monster Hunter Wilds is a great example of that.
To them, not something they do. And of course they don't, right? It's a convenient policy when your snapshot's bordering on a lie. They could add an editor's note, a correction, something that says they got this wrong, but no.
Well, no, the fact is that Eurogamer is one of the most politicized, one of the most biased, and one of the most unfair websites in terms of giving reviews and giving feedback and like any sort of information.
Oh yeah. No, he's not mad. He's not sorry. It's that typical, he's not sorry that he did what he did. He's sorry that he got caught trying to put out a bad game as a good game.
News about games. Like they are basically a tool for propaganda. They're not a video game review website. They are a vehicle for people to use video games and exploit them for propaganda reasons.
Yep.
That's what it really is.
5-star review, sits there still recommending the game, still calling it BioWare's best, still misleading people who stumble across it looking for guidance. So why did he give it 5 stars in the first place? Because the system's designed to produce exactly this result. Publishers fly critics to preview
That's not the reason why. The reason why they gave it such a high rating is because of all the diversity and DEI stuff. That's the reason why. If it didn't have any
There's
of
a
that, people
checkbox.
would have rated it very low.
I guarantee you, the guy probably played. So what it probably ended up happening was he got a version of the game for free, and then he had his checklist that he needed for the Eurogamer site, and he went through each check, and then like he walked up to the water and looked at the water, and the water was clear and pretty. Check. You got to do a certain attack, and then it worked. Check. DEI woke. Check. Like, and then like was like, oh yeah, this is the score. Knowing full well that it was a Garbo game.
Basically, what happens is that critics and reviewers try to take an oppositional perspective from people like me or anybody else who doesn't like, quote, woke things in media. And so what they do is that they give perspectives that are the opposite of what somebody like me would give. And that's really what they do. They just counterbalance it.
Months before release, controlled
Checked all the
environments,
boxes. Yeah, just
curated
check boxes.
slices of the game. These journalists then leave,
and all these people are losing their jobs, and we're going to send them all back to McDonald's.
Good.
They're all going back to McDonald's. They're all going back to Wendy's. They're all going back to Taco Bell. They're all going to be doing DoorDash. So it's annoying right now that we have to deal with it, but it will end, and it will end a lot sooner than you might imagine.
And say that it's worth the wait,
Very
and
soon.
of course they do, they have to. Then the review codes drop, massive RPGs, days to hit the embargo date, race to publish first, because being first means traffic, and traffic means money. You play the game, you write it, you score it, you move on as quickly as possible. And if the game's got problems that only show up after a dozen hours, or in the real world conditions that we actually experience, they miss them, or they don't have time to think about them, or they just ignore them. Either way, the embargo doesn't wait. The system produced a 5-star review for a game that's now haunting the bloke that wrote it. The system is working exactly as it's intended. He didn't take a bribe, he just did exactly what the machine's designed to make him do, and now he's plagued by it. Just not plagued enough to actually fix it.
Well, I mean, IGN does the same thing. They all do it. The reason why these games get good reviews also is there's a degree of expectation in the industry, I think, in order for people...
You know, I kind of feel bad for these games journalists that actually just want to do their job and move on with their day. Because, like, they're given a checklist, and they're told that if you don't hit everything on this checklist and give it a reasonable review, that you're going to get fired. And now, like, they're getting fired just because they did what they were being told to do. It sucks either way, right?
To cooperate in a way that's beneficial for everybody involved. And so these companies, you know, they have these reviewers, they treat them well, and then the reviewers are expected to treat the company well. That's what happens.
But if you think that's just another example of games media being terrible at their jobs...
IGN gave Where Wins Me a 6 out of 10. We'll see on Friday.
In the same week, the Grammys announced their 2026 video game soundtrack nominations. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora made the list. So did Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. So did Star Wars Outlaws. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. You know, the greatest soundtrack in the last 20 years got nothing. Not even a mention. When was the last time you heard someone mention Avatar's soundtrack? Or Indiana...
No one, because nobody even played the game to know what it sounds like. Nobody cares about these games. They're garbage. They're slop. Nobody plays them. Nobody cares about them. They don't matter.
Yeah, I saw how broken Indiana Jones was, and I was like, I'm not buying that. That's garbage.
That's it. Go on any social media right now and try to find anyone talking about those soundtracks. They literally don't exist in the conversation whatsoever. Now search Claire Obscure, and you'll find thousands of people calling it one of the best game soundtracks in years. It hit #1 on the Billboard Classical chart. It stayed there for 10 weeks. The game sold 5 million copies, had no massive marketing budget, just a small French studio that made something people actually loved.
They made Expedition 33 with 18 people. It cost $6 million to produce Expedition 33, and they easily broke $344 million in return.
It's one of 2025's highest rated games, arguably one of the best RPGs of this millennium, a genuine phenomenon. And the Grammys ignored it completely. Meanwhile, massive triple...
Because they're biased. That's the reason why. The Expedition 33, yeah, it didn't even make it to nomination. That's correct.
Literally
what? They're not even nominating it.
Nobody cares about this game. Nobody played the game. Nobody listened to the game. It's just a complete waste of space.
Even the people who were nominated know it's a robbery. Austin Wintory, the composer nominated for his work on Sword of the Sea, said he was sad at the lack of Expedition 33 and said he'd happily trade places. A nominee...
Yeah, I think it's weird that they would give it to him whenever he didn't even say... Why would you even say this?
He openly saying that the game that got snubbed deserved it more than he did. So
yeah,
why did it happen? It happened for the same reason that Eurogamer gave Veilguard 5 stars. Visibility over...
It's a big club and you're not in it.
Yep.
Value. Sandfall Interactive is a small studio. No lobbying power, no industry clout, no ad spend.
The Game Awards are aware that if they keep doing this, they're going to alienate their core audience and then they're going to end up losing, just like all these games journalists did. It's just a matter of time.
The Grammy voting events.
There you go.
Meanwhile, EA, Ubisoft, Disney, they've got the big budgets, the sponsors, the connections. Awards aren't about what's best, they're about who's loudest, the most visible, who pays, who you know, who you owe. Both of these examples are part of the same broken system. So keep this in mind, because if you're still reading day one reviews from these places, you're being lied to. But most of us worked that out years ago. The trust is gone now and it's not coming back, which makes what's happening with indie games...
I think that's also another very big factor, is that the video game companies that have done this, they've burned the boats. There's never going to be a point where people listen or take seriously the reviews from these people ever again.
Yep.
It's over.
That's why they're shutting down. That's why most of the games journalists are gone now. They're just gone. They're non-existent. That's it. You keep burning these bridges, and eventually, just like these games journalists, the Game Awards are going to be gone.
And it's been over. So yeah, Eminem curling at Grammys for snubbing 50 Cent. Yeah, it's over. Like all of these companies and all of these different media companies, they are all biased. None of them should be trusted. The only people you should trust are individual YouTube creators, and even them you should take with a massive grain of salt, even including me.
Games even more impressive when a game like
because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. At the end of the day, that's the truth. That's why you never go with the tomato score. You always go with the user score, because those are going to be people that haven't bought the game, that haven't gotten the game for free, that are giving an unbiased, unfiltered, genuine rating.
Those 5 million copies, it wasn't just handed that success. There were no fancy events, no awards considerations, no media access machines churning out hype. It took the hard route. When Silksong launched and hit almost 600,000 concurrent players.
Think about how ridiculous that is. 600,000 concurrent players.
That's crazy. That's insane.
A Metroidvania. That's like 10x the levels of success that like you've ever seen. That's nuts. Could a new one come onto the scene and have potential to be trusted?
You have to have like I could get some games for free. I just there's a couple sites that you go to that you have to like apply to get the games, and you have to get like a certain amount of viewership. It's just, I didn't like it because whenever I was getting the games, it felt like I owed them something, and I was just like, this just ain't it. I don't like this at all. I didn't like how it felt. But that's me, man.
I think that trust is earned, not given.
Steam, 587,000 to be exact.
Like, for example, I got that copy of the Starship Troopers game, and it was dog shit. I couldn't even get into a lobby. And I was like, yeah, no, this ain't it. This ain't it.
Breaking records, crashing storefronts. He did that based on one thing: trust in Team Cherry. 7 years of waiting, no over-the-top marketing campaigns, no lies, just a studio that delivered the first time and earned the belief and the trust that they'd do it again. That's what makes these successes so insane. They did it without the machine, completely separate of it.
This is something that's happened, is that video games no longer require the massive machine that they used to in order to go to market.
I've heard a lot of good things about Silksong. I've heard that it's really hard, though.
A $100 million marketing campaign. You don't need to pay every big streamer to play your game. If you have a good game, the streamers will play it for free. And do you know why? Because it's fun and people want to see it. People want to see popular games that are fun to watch be played, like Megabonk or Ball Pit or Expedition 33.
Or that recent weed game that came out. I can't think of the name of it, but that one Queso played it and completely took off.
Need to do any of this stuff, and because those gatekeeping apparatuses are falling apart, you're seeing these different companies that are basically having their, this is their dying thrashes of trying to stay alive and trying to stay relevant. And I think they're failing completely. They are. They're totally failing. And people can see how desperate and pathetic it is.
Just handed a free pass, just quality and honesty, that's all that matters, and the contrast couldn't be clearer. But here's the uncomfortable bit: the system hasn't changed, and it likely never will, because that would mean admitting they've been misleading us for decades. Eurogamer's 5-star review is still up, and that won't
It will change. The companies will go out of business.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to look up the review for something if the company went out of business.
They are these companies. These games journalism companies actually should be considered mathematics or physics companies, because they've managed to take their amount of credibility, which is 0, and they've managed to cut 0 in half. You thought it was impossible. Polygon, Kotaku managed to do it.
Change. The Grammys still gave nominations to games nobody's talking about. Nothing's different on their end.
I've heard good things about Silksong, but it's hard, man.
Slowly, that's starting to matter more.
Yeah, the way that you stop this is that you just put a bunch of pressure on them. You put a bunch of pressure on them. You shit on them publicly for doing it, and I'm not saying attack or like harass them, but like attack their arguments, attack what they're doing, and attack it directly and intentionally. That's what you do. And eventually, it will go away.
More than an 8 out of 10 IGN review score ever did. Eurogamer's reviewer backtracking is something, I suppose. At least he's honest about getting it wrong.
Yeah,
That's
he did.
more than most will ever admit.
Good
but
for
the
him.
score is still up. The review's still misleading people. And Eurogamer's policy means it will stay that way forever. So
That's totally fine. The problem isn't that.
That honesty really worth? Precisely zero. The system still rewards being a good boy. The awards still reward their industry friends. Critics still chase access over honesty. The Grammys still chase sponsors. We can't
This video is really good. I like this. I totally agree with everything he's saying. I don't even need to add anything.
fix that, but we can stop listening to it. Stop clicking their day one reviews. Stop reading their AI generated tip guides. Stop watching award ceremonies.
No, if it was AI generated, it would be better.
I agree with
nominate
that.
Star Wars Outlaws and ignore the games people actually loved. They don't deserve your attention. They don't represent us. They've spent years proving they don't care. Support the developers who are honest with you, the ones who deliver what they promise, the independent voices who don't need access or awards to tell you the truth. People like me, hit subscribe. It's up to us to decide what's real and what's just smoke and mirrors design.
Well, it's actually not up to any individual creator. The only person who it's truly up to is the individual and the consumer. Because the customer is always right, the consumer is always right. They are the ones that have all the power. They are the ones that everybody will listen to, and it will matter what they say. So really, if you're not listening to them, you're going to fail. And if you are listening to them, you're going to succeed on a massive level. And that's really the main difference. And that's the one thing that people don't understand, is that all you really need to do is just listen to your customers and then build something for them. Look at what's
like, I just don't understand how it's so hard to figure that out, because, like, if you think about it, we live in a day and age where you can post something on Twitter or X for a game and ask them what kind of mechanics they want. You can literally have an audience of people build the game for you. All you have to do is put the mechanics together. I have this great idea for an MMORPG. What do you guys want in it? What do you guys want? And then you just let the comments go. And it's just, why make something so simple so complicated?
Steam did.
And to keep share prices as high as possible. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help me out so much. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next
video. I am gonna roll up out of this bitch for the day. I'm tired and I want to get done for the day. Let's see. Yeah, we ran out of the I no longer have the fucking Artlist.io. I'm using songs from the YouTube creator program, so I just kind of like threw a couple in a playlist that I thought sounded kind of nice, that were like on the front page. So yeah, we making lemonade out of lemons, bro. But I'll be back on tomorrow, bright and early. I'll see you all there. Stay safe, stay friendly. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. Who knows? And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip, and I don't